Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to hell. I mean, this isn't hell. It's just boring. All right. Invite. And double invite. Okay, where are we? I mean, it's never happening, Chillpangle. It's not my fault. On the plus side, I appreciate it, Luke. On the plus side, it looks like, what are those wings? Wild looking. I don't know. That's just, I don't have a plus side. Yeah, we haven't heard all this.
Calling me that now?
What should I call you? You're no commander to me. I like the wizards and their little order. Wayfinder is more exciting.
Agree to disagree.
Looking for is Garen. He's just there. But I'm worried.
From everything I've gathered about him, I'm hoping it would take more than a cryptist to bring his Garen down.
I'm more worried for you than that one. Just be cautious and hold something warm at the back of your mind.
I was right, it is Palacost. Oh, we lost Pax. We lost Pax! No! Oh, wait a second. Oh, Loke's still loading. I was wondering. I'm like, I guess Loke had to wander off. Which is fine, of course. Nothing wrong with that. Oh god, I should... In case someone warps to me, I shouldn't be over the Infinite Abyss, I guess. Whoa! No, not over the Infinite Abyss. There we go. Although... I should invite Blade Duvall and just, like, hover out over the Abyss and be like, hey, warp to me, Blade Duvall. Okay. Ah! I know, Colgrim. I know because it's happened to me. Here, watch. Woo! Although, actually, I can recover it. Check it out. Recovery. Very slow. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh no, I've accidentally lost my mount. No. Thus did the commander finally die. Eventually. In like a minute when she hits the ground. Hey, there we go. Back up here. Commander. Excuse me, Catmander. Gotta say it right. Are you coming, Loke? I'm sorry. Like, just waiting on you here. And we're back. So, here's the most terrifyingly powerful warrior in the entire setting. Loke doesn't have secret of this obscure? Because we've done tests. If you own an expansion, you can go anywhere in there if you have a Warp to Friend. Oh, well, if he doesn't have a Warp to Friend, then yeah. There's no fixing that. I wish they were givable. I've got like 100 spread out across all my characters. I get them from birthday gifts. And they just pile up. Keeping in mind, I also have the no really one. The infinite use one. Now, you're probably thinking, why even bother then? Well, this one has a cooldown. These do not. I guess I'll give some negatives while I'm sitting here. Negative to Loke. Let's see here. Negative to Resident Evil 3. Even though we're not playing it this time. Yeah, negative to Starfield. Remember, every game gives a negative to Starfield. Favorite movie about real events? Jurassic Park. It is in my heart, Jay Palmer. Okay, so that's actually a good question. I'm not sure I can think of a film that's based on real events that I like. Like, I'm sure there is one. I just need to think about it. Independence Day. Brilliant. Yes, absolutely. No? Okay. Star Trek 4, specifically. Look, it's a bunch of islands in the sky. No, I mean, I enjoy Secrets for what it is, but this screams budget expansion. Probably because it is one. Requiem for a Dream. Oh, I hate that film so much. I can't even think about it. I'm actually move it out of my mind really quick. I did enjoy Apollo 13 for what it's worth, although I've only seen it once.
Wayfinder.
Soja.
Ah!
Isgarin built it himself, when the world was still run by nature and beasts.
Sizzle, do you still sense him inside?
I do. I can hear the scraping of claws, movement, echoes, cold, cryptis, and...
Then we better hurry.
Your miry companion was right. The veil is parted.
What do you mean?
Say something, Wayfinder?
Nothing. I thought I heard something.
Are you okay?
Careful.
I'm fine.
Hi, Bernard. Bernaz, excuse me. He wanted to add an R there.
Okay, fine.
Eyes up!
Also, I didn't deliberately skip all those combos. I'll take ownership of them being skipped, but that was not on purpose. That was an accident. Movie based on real life events. See, there's plenty of grounded movies I enjoy.
Stronger?
But, like, based on real events? That's different.
We're down at Wizard. Don't let them get an edge.
I agree with our little light. Move forward with shields high.
More of them!
is coming. Quickly, tell me a fond memory.
When Irene was young.
When Aurene was little, I played games with her. Taught her how to hunt.
Keep that close. You'll need the wand to escape too.
Commander! Are you okay?
Zojia, I promise I'll explain. But now is not the time.
Is one of them in there?
Not at the moment. No.
Who was that?
What are you doing here?
Scarran, it's us.
Sounds like you got a heck of a cold, friend.
One fate awaits everyone.
Not Iskaran.
After him!
So I found a list of like top films based on real things. I don't like most of these, and I haven't seen several. So I'm going to default to A Bridge Too Far and move on. At least I think that one was based on a real event. It was on IMDb. I didn't read the rest.
Scarran, we're here to embrace you.
Oh. It looks like you've got plenty of help without my hand.
Mabon made a choice when they brought the Wayfinder in, and I didn't agree at first. However,
Mabon's optimism got him killed. Unfortunate, but not blameless.
you speak of our friend with disdain? You've been here, compromised.
Oh, I've always liked how the Seers look, Loke. These guys were back in Guild Wars 1, as a reminder. Or rather, like, 1 was back in Guild Wars 1.
Whatever that thing is, strike it down before it returns to his body.
I would, but it's already dead. And yeah, I noticed he has the title Manifestation of Bitterness. That implies a lot. Guild Wars 1 was the beginning of the franchise, J. Palmer, if that's what you mean.
Rage inside of that swirl. Don't let it return to him.
I don't even know what that is, Zaktaft, so I have no idea.
Push back, Iskaran.
What? Do you need my power now? Why not look to your new Wayfinder?
To take an axe to Mabon's memory. We need to keep up with him.
Do you think he's...
He's not in his right mind. Something's off. He's... You know Iskaran. He can be cavalice, but not uncivil.
He's headed straight for the source. We can't lose track of him.
No, right now I predict we'll be at about VOD 40 or so when we finish Kid Fan. It probably doesn't feel like, but we're actually quite close to the end of the game. Oh yeah, by the way, for those of you who saw it, how about that new icon for the new spec? I have no idea what that is. Like, my best guess is it's some kind of Mesmer thing, because, oh. A live-action show or movie that would score bonkers on that axis. So I'm going to avoid the big CGI fests, because those are too easy. Nah, I could see Elementalist, yeah.
Clutch that memory. Don't loosen your grasp.
Hi, Zar. Godfather Part 1. Gameplay access boils down to execution of story in a movie.
Stray Commander. Do you think you're helping them?
Manifestation of ego, by the way.
Do you think you're doing anything by causing more pain here?
Don't let him get to you, Wayfinder.
Mabon chose to trust me, and you can too. I may not be a wizard.
You brought the world to the brink of ruin. Do you realize if you hadn't killed Zaitan,
Did you not see what the Elder Dragons destroyed with every cycle? The lives they ruined. You didn't witness the terror they wrought firsthand. You hid.
there is a line, and you don't see it. But how could you? I exist at the edge. You scurry below.
Well, I'm afraid I've got the edge of my axe, his great sword, and I'm not sure what everyone else has things, but, like, you're screwed, buddy.
I protected this world for you couldn't fathom.
I think they can. And they've saved it just the same, Dusty Codger. Collect yourself.
Reactions. This is all the product of a reaction. Your emotional decision. Reach my age. See what I've seen. And maybe you'd start to understand. Your eyes have flashed with parades and songs, celebrations to honor the blood you spilled. Sit in the shadows for a get out of this world! Stay away from this place.
We follow.
He will hear us, Wayfinder.
Sorry, the bit we killed over there was, would you save the world if no one saw you do it? To which the answer is, of course we frickin' would, you idiot. What a dumb question is that? No, I enjoy being destroyed.
The tower, the longer the fall.
Manifestation of rigidity, by the way.
Be as stubborn as you like, but we aren't going to abandon you. Whether or not you disparage your friends.
The Wayfinder has fought with us. They were there for Mabon when you weren't, Curator.
Mabon.
We don't talk about Homelander. Ever. In fact, who are we talking about? See, I was trying to avoid anything like Terminator 2, Ross. Because while I agree with you, that feels too easy. That's like saying Star Trek 6. Star Trek 6 has a pretty frickin' high gameplay axis.
Gather that magic up, quickly! There we go. Warm your bones.
It does, Sectaft, although I never will. Because I'm not covering shows anymore. Like, basically, I agree with you, Ross. I'm just saying. Though, that feels like low-hanging fruit. It's like saying Avengers 1 has a high gameplay score. It does. There's a lot of practical effects and a lot of well-used CGI in Avengers 1. But, like, it's such low-hanging fruit, it almost doesn't feel like bringing it up. It's like, you know, it's the same reason I discounted Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park has an extremely high gameplay axis. Jurassic Park has special effects that look good today, you know? Bingo, Sectaft. Oh god, don't even say that, Kitten Fan. Kitten Fan just cursed Bram to show up now. Thanks for that. I actually wasn't all that impressed with 2012's effects.
The night you found me, out in the storm, my faith was as broken as my body, but you took me in. Let someone else play protector for once.
Taxi driver, yeah. Ironically, I think the original Bourne film would score quite low on the gameplay axis. And by the film, I don't know why I said film. The third film. The first film was fine. The second film was unmemorable, but the third film I actively despise. And not just because it literally gave me a headache. Sorry for being a moron. I can see that, Zach Daft. I think he could pull that. Oh, well, mine too, Jodo Joker.
Who is it? Epoch?
Much worse.
No, it's someone else.
How do you... Silence!
Stop, please!
How does Saris work then? Okay, whatever.
My puppet. How you squirm. Stop it! If we bring down the spire, then...
I don't want to hold Isgarin up on a pedestal, but we can't lose him. Dagda and I will try to expel whatever, or whoever, has their claws in him.
Zojja, Wayfinder, you two need to keep him distracted.
I'm with you.
Astral Ward, ready yourselves.
In honesty, Judo Joker, I remember two things about the third Bourne film.
Omnitas is a place of tranquility. Knowledge.
Life gives...
I didn't guard this place for a century to watch it fall.
Zojja!
It's been a while since we danced like this.
Sure has.
I know we're killing a bit fast, but are they literally doing two conversations at once?
Let go.
Literally.
Behind me.
The first thing is the headache thing. There was several action scenes, which were obviously there's the shaky cam problem, but in addition to the shaky cam problem, they were done in very dark rooms with lots and lots of edits, and that just not a fan. I do not enjoy that style of action design. I firmly think that over editing is a plague, and I think that shaky cam can go directly to hell.
I'm getting really tired of this.
Manifest yourself sometime, Wayfinder. I'm coming.
Bourne 3, Jake Palmer.
Where?
1 second.
Nios.
Nice. What?
Isgarin, the Curator. You're the one that's been toying with my thoughts. Visually striking, at least. To see you here, in the Temple of Febe. This is grand. Febe was... He was the best of us. The tip of his left horn brushed the ceiling. Wayfinder, closer to me.
Okay.
He was an idol, too. No. How would your kind say it? Autonomy. Deimos silenced his dream. Just over there. Epoch watched with a smile. That's what happens when you fight back. Even though my brother is gone, his dream is mine. Epoch will see that Deimos and I are truly the same. I am just as capable. I got in the head of Iskarin. You need to face him alone. I can't.
I don't know if I can.
If I can give you just enough to move. Stop.
Isgarin!
And then there's you. The experiences you had since last week. You tried. And yet you failed. Again. But this time, your friend won't be able to save you. Killing the masked wizard was treacherous. But when he stumbled, I was already crouching.
You killed Mabon.
One of my dearest comrades did land the final blow. But the wizard's bane, it was nectarous. I could only let go of Isgarin for the breath of a moment. Long enough for him to witness the act. But not long enough to act. I fight many heroes from many worlds. And you were among the most interesting.
I could smell your new friend through the veil. Righteous, yet diminished.
Peter.
Tell me, who is your latest snare?
The champion of an elder dragon. Isgarin's resolve was succulent, but this one has tasted the end.
And what do you plan on doing with your new champion? Take them to the king?
I have not decided. The wizard was Eparch's prize.
So, you plan on killing them yourself?
You're very inquisitive, sister.
Oh, not at all. I'm pleased. I should thank you for saving me the effort. Your honor died with Deimos. Eparch is foolish. And so are you.
Okay.
Do not go near him. Get up. My brother is big and tall, but he will kill us both if we give him a
traitor.
If we get out of
Only
here,
to talk later. Together. And what are you doing, brother? Eparch will never look to you as he did Deimos.
Go down.
He did not deserve to dream.
Yeah, do you like how his arms are made of a bunch of arms all kind of plate pasted on top of each other? Nice guy.
It would seem I placed my bet on the right champion. Well fought, Wayfinder.
I don't know if we would have survived that without you.
Perhaps not. We shouldn't tarry here too long. Epoch is likely watching.
This is just a Guild Wars thing, isn't it? We've killed off the more interesting villain, now we have to go after the less interesting one.
This rift will return us to the tower. I'm sure they like their wizard back. And I have something to ask of you.
Great.
Commander!
Who are you?
Oh, I like this one.
Thank the spirits, they've got his Garin.
See? Just fine.
Ah, that's about how tall I expected the Wayfinder to be. I think.
Someone explain to me what this Davrek is doing here.
I do not want to see this place in ruins over something petty.
Are you well? How is your mind? Is your power... your head...
I am home.
Wasn't sure you'd make it out of that one.
Nor I.
I need to connect you to one of the Celestial strands. If someone could get my needle.
I could use some water.
But you don't need...
It reminds me that I'm still alive. More importantly, we have questions to answer. I would very much like to talk to you, Paitha.
Oh, and I you, Your Highness.
No titles. Not in my home.
Oh. Curious.
Let's take this somewhere more private. We needn't stress anyone else with that conversation.
Urchik will get his Garin water. Commander, I have something to discuss with you.
So, how many of you have played a game called Bravely Default? It's a 3DS game. I think they ported it forward to something. It's an interesting game. If I asked you a one-adjective word for it, what you say is kind of an insight into what you value in an RPG. Because it's a very bipolar game. It does some things extremely right, and some things extremely wrong, pretty much at the exact same time. It's one of those. So, one of the things that really irritated me about it is it always felt like each of the principal characters were in a different scene from each other. So, you'd have Bob, who's talking about... I'm just going to make up stuff. He's talking about how he must go and cook dinner. And then Barbarella is talking about how, I need to clean the ceiling a little bit more. It's getting so much dust up there. And Barbarina, over to the side, is currently talking about, oh my gosh, I love The Last Jedi. It's the greatest Star Wars film ever made. And at the end is Bobette. And Bobette is like, I don't like bugs. And I'm not really exaggerating. They're just all talking about totally different threads. So what it feels like when the scene plays back to back, because it's all voice acted, is it feels like people are talking across each other. It makes the scene messy, right? It makes the scene feel disjointed. Anyways, that. I've been noticing this for a bit now, ever since we started getting out of the exposition section of Secrets and into actual dialogue moments between characters. And a lot of it just feels like people talking across each other rather than with each other or to each other. And yeah, no, it legitimately feels like either someone took a bad editing pass to it, or it never actually got the editing pass it needed. One of the two. It's weird. Like, even the scene we literally just saw continued that trend. Let's see here. So, we show up and they're like, oh my god, Commander! Zojja says, Commander! Dagda says, who are you? Pathos says, oh, I like this one. Thank the spirits they've got his garden. See just fine. That's about how tall I expected the Wayfinder to be. Someone explain what a Davrik is doing here? I don't want this place in ruins over something petty. None of that has anything to do with anything. None of that dialogue I just read, word for word, is connected. It's just people making noise. Now, banter is usually of that style, because banter is usually people just chatting with each other in real life. But in addition, that's true in games as well. But we've seen good banter in this very game. We've seen people just kind of throwing in their little, like, jibes or commentary or whatever in the middle of a scene, usually in a hectic moment. That's not what that was. That's just, huh? Because, yeah, even banter is usually responding to something. Like, say, oh, they have a cave troll. It's like, that's a bad example. But, Rytlock. Yeah, Rytlock is actually a much better example of someone who knows how to banter in the moment. And that's not this. So anyways, negative to story. Moving on.
I'm so glad you're okay. When we woke up, the sky was...
Everything okay, Zojja?
Come on, Shaman. Let's give them a minute.
You just... let me talk for a minute, please. In order to connect to the flow and access the magical ecosystem, there's a ritual. It makes your memories fuzzy, the personal ones, at least. You've probably heard about that, unfortunate side effect. When I thought you and Iskarin were dead, I just... And now, I feel very selfish for humoring the idea at all. I mean, won't I be doing the same to you? If I choose to ascend, won't I be leaving you behind? Destiny's Edge?
Zojja, I'm not going anywhere. Neither are you. Complicated wizard spells or no, you found a family. You aren't alone.
I won't remember much of our past together. And our friends can't know I'm here. Not yet, anyway. I'll be isolated and...
We'll figure that out. But it doesn't mean that I can't be friends with whatever version of you I meet on the other side.
You're a good friend, Commander.
Let their arms connect, Loke. God. Loke, did you rip their arms out? Loke.
Wayfinder, Iskarin would like to speak with you.
Go ahead, Wayfinder.
Are you okay, Little Light?
Better clarity is all. I'm okay. Really, Dagda.
So, like, that was a decent scene. And can I just say, good lord, Felicia Day is actually knocking it out of the park. I have heard her do bad voice acting in this game, actually, but also in several others. This is not that. What the hell? Hi, Ismaristar.
It is a lot to suggest. I realize this.
Wayfinder, I'd have preferred to welcome you to our home myself, but Mabon had other intentions. You spared him. Unfortunately, our troubles are not over.
As I have never had the chance, I am Petha of House Nephos, though houses and titles given by Epoch are less than reputable. But in my world, it carries weight. We'll need that. Just because we've felled Xeris does not mean this fight is well and done. The opposite seems to be true.
You use language that suggests an alliance.
Let me pose this to the Wayfinder wizard. Epoch is alive and well. Thriving, even. On the backs of my kind.
Societies limp under poor leaders and recover like clockwork.
Epoch is not comparable to Tyrian leaders. He does not simply drain them of wealth or land.
His dick is so big.
Eating them.
He's feeding on other Cryptus?
Our blood is his blood. And eventually, we will be dissolved.
And that is tragic.
Killing Epoch is a mutual goal, Iskarin.
I don't meddle in foreign politics, Lady Petha. Letting him devour your entire people, while upsetting, could ultimately help Tyria. Can't start another invasion without bodies, can he?
But he can come here himself and do the same to this world. And he is quite fond of it.
I've turned away many beings from outside, especially after the gods and the damage they wrought. I have also neglected to ask for help, and to accept it when I've needed it most. Wayfinder? Thoughts?
I like just how he kind of casually takes ownership over the fact that he's personally responsible for the gods leaving. Yeah, I don't buy that. Do we have any other choice?
Doesn't sound like we have much of a choice.
I promise. No deception.
The Astral Ward needs to recover before we take action. But I'm not opposed to hearing a plan.
Your air is a delicacy to breathe. And I could use that indulgence.
I mean, the Seers were always high tier, but it's worth noting the Seers lost the war against the Mursat, and we killed the Mursat. So I'll let you think about that as much as you'd like to. But yeah, I guarantee with total certainty she'll backstab us. But she is smart. She will not backstab us until we've already been useful to her in her goal. And she understands that mutual cooperation does actually help. So that is true. I'm not saying we killed the Mursat by ourselves. They were big fish, to be clear. It's just they're not in the pond anymore.
I trust that Iskarin will help where he's able. But now, I want to ask you. You have saved your home world more than once. And now, I am asking you to help save mine.
Want to walk me through the plan?
For now, I just need you. The Cryptus would be overwhelmed if too many of Isgarin's people came through. But if you come in with me and help rally support, we can prepare them for the push against Ebark.
Do you think they'll trust me?
Far more than they trust their king. And I need them to trust me.
Then I'll go with you.
Good. I'll leave you to your friends, Wayfinder. I'm sure you've much to discuss.
So you weren't a ravenous demon waiting to kill me yourself.
Of course not. The emotions of your people may smell of wine, but your flesh is not for me. I first tasted your aura quite some time ago. I didn't know it was you then. But you died, and then came back. I felt that ripple, even if it was brief. There are many realms that linger near yours. I assume they felt it too. When you fell into Ceres's trap and first came to Nyos, I felt that ripple again. Your life has been precarious. Besides, I needed you alive.
That's right, she's been watching us since Balthazar killed us. And that was Path. That was pre-season 4. Jesus, cat. So, you wear an expression of curiosity. It's not an unattractive look on you. Do you desire to something particular from me? Lady, not if you were the last demon on Earth. Why did you save me?
At first it was simple curiosity. Ceres was not wrong. You are a delicacy to us. Ceres also angers so easily. I couldn't miss the opportunity to throw a stone into his pond. But then I saw what you could do. I felt what you had done. We may be born of different rules, but strength recognizes strength. And helping me kill Ceres proved all that I needed.
He keeps trying to get in my lap, Bernie. And I keep having to tell him no. So, you were willing to kill your brother.
Ceres and Deimos were always horrible. Ebark encouraged that. He raised them to follow his orders and to consume. At least Deimos had the slightest bit of reservation. But even he was too focused on bloodlust. Managed to wiggle past Isgarin's barriers, only to get trapped and killed. Ceres never stood as tall as our brother. Not in Ebark's eyes. He tried, but death was his fate. And dying by your hand was a far kinder fate than by Ebark's. So no, I do not mourn him. I mourn the brothers I never had.
Right. So, question. How big is Ebark's dick? Like, are we talking like a foot, 3? Give me a range here. 2 meters? I don't know.
You're my new Wayfinder.
I am. And you're the one we fought through an army of Cryptus to save.
I am.
Isgarin.
Very informal for someone who's never met me.
Sorry. I've heard so much about you.
I don't care what you call me. Iskarin is comfortable. He is comfortable. But I've been called many names, and all of them are as true as this one. I've lived many lives, and I haven't always looked like this. You've always been a mystery to me. You first caught my eye in your pursuit of Zaitan. I started to piece it together.
You've been watching. Why didn't you help?
It's not my job to interfere with nature. The path unfurled as expected. You're alive. Most of your friends are alive.
Most of them?
Oh, calm. Life is death, and things could have been far worse, I promise. I do want to thank you, Wayfinder. Your aid was clearly needed here, and will be needed as you march with your friend.
Yeah, so, you're a dick. You're also the kind of dick I have trouble tolerating. You're an I know better than thou dick. So the Phogos. I would not be surprised if I was the only one you'll ever meet. Mabon and I were both birthed by stubborn beings, and I, like the Tyrian Mursa, my kind are all dead. We didn't age well. We lived a very difficult existence. Of all my 1,000 years of self-reflection, I barely spent my adolescence among them. I parted the Horde after we once tried to fell the dragons, the elder races of Tyria. The Seer Doyon, Sidoni, called for war. Just before we decided to aid the Mursat in their attack, Sidoni decided against. The Mursat never forgave us, and I empathized with that. They returned to bone scraps and bile, but they would hunt us for thousands of years after. A few hundred of them for all of us. So Mabon and I was an unlikely alliance. He was different, and more so resembled the Mursat I've met external Tyria. Brutal, but fair. He's endured as much as I have. Mursat external Tyria? Some at least, who could say. Mabon searched, but he stayed here all this time. If they were not worth finding. So, okay. Yeah, just kind of casually sliding under the rug there. The origin of the conflict between the Seers and the Mursat. Also, the stories have always said that the Mursat were the ones who betrayed everyone during the Grey War. In fact, even this game had that mentioned. It was Balthazar who said it, but still. Yeah, Mursat are demons, aka aliens.
Welcome back to the Cantho Report. This is me, Ray, reporting from our studio in UK. This reporter was recently given an impromptu opportunity to interview the famed Pack Commander during my first world tour. Their eyes, glossy as the Jade Sea, watched me with weariness. The catastrophe in Cantho was still heavy on their soul. We stood in their home, a quaint garden terrace tucked away in the grove, serene, tranquil, and not for the faint of nose. The ending of the dragon cycle sent ripples through the world. They acknowledged the great loss we all suffered as a result. When I asked of their leadership, they maintained diplomacy, saying they always act on the best information at their disposal. We pivoted to the end of the dragon cycle, which generations suffered. They blamed the dragon void, the force that felled Suwon. So, what's next for the commander? Tyria, they said, still needs aid. Near the end of our interview, the commander was pulled away in a frenzy of emotion. A letter fell into their lap as we spoke. They peeled it open with the precision of a hardened warrior. Delicate, but intentional. Their eyes glanced over the contents. Dread, but possibly a hint of warmth, brushed their cheeks before they looked to me. Sorry, was all they could mumble before leaving. While I wasn't able to ascertain their call to action, I can only assume they were pulled to the arms of another battle. Next up on the Cantho Report, I go head-to-head with Ritlock Brimstone, ally of the commander and tribune of the Blood Legion. Gridlock, how do you feel about the escalating calls for global unity following the death of Sue Wan?
Get that damn thing out of my face before I shove it!
Until next time, stay sharp, Tyria.
Well, that could be worse. Could be a real life reporter. One moment. Just one punch. Just one. That's all we're asking for. Oh, wow. Sorry, I thought he sounded a little bit familiar, but I couldn't quite place him. I don't even think this is the connection point. So the guy who plays Isgarin is the guy who plays Pelayan in the recent Star Wars stuff. Anyways. Congrats, Spartan. Wow, that's one of my favorite experiences.
Hey, Commander. Can I borrow your comms device?
Of course.
I haven't worked on one of these things in years. What is this? Did she add voice messages? Oh, timey.
Do you need any help working that?
Commander! What the heck? Where have you been? I've been trying to reach you for weeks. I hope whatever cave you've been hiding in at least...
Hi, Timey. Timey?
Soja? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. Hey, Commander. Could you give us a moment?
Take as long as you need.
Yeah, I know.
Here, I'm being called away. So I need a moment, apparently. Maybe. Let's check. I might have. Because we kind of did an impromptu thing. Yep, I forgot to do it, apparently. So let's just do that really quick. Boom. Done. Fixed. Moving on. Okay, so. Without further ado. Now to do more rifts! No, it's fine. It's fine. Surely. That's not what's about to happen. Right? Right, let me have hope. Let me have hope. Can I just... Yeah, there we go.
There you are.
Oh, hey, we're finally introducing our principal villain.
Something's different. It's fascinating. What you smell like. What you feel like. I'd hope that Ceres was a smarter warrior than his brother, but I've been wrong before. I'll admit that. You, though, not only do you remind me of the seer, but
What?
Ava has impressed me, but she'll still fall short. They all do. Be wise, Wayfinder.
That was one of the ones where it was a choice, right, J. Palmer? Where we could pick. Yeah, in that case, yes. That is the one I was thinking of. So did you miss anything of note? No. I gave a few more negatives. Pray to return to the loading screen. 1 frigate? Wow. Yeah, we killed Saris, and the person they've been talking of this entire time has pretty much just revealed himself for the first time. Which makes me feel like we're only halfway through Secrets, which, oh my god, why are we still here? Like, it's so strange how slow this whole expansion has been moving. Considering how relatively short it is. This is yet another one of those examples where I look at the list and I'm like, where are we? And yeah, we're only about halfway through, at least in terms of like numbers of quests. Which is, what? Why? Meanwhile, Pax is wrecking face with this new build. It looks pretty fun. It's a greatsword-based build for Warrior. I'm actually thinking about trying it myself, because I actually have an Ascended Greatsword I could use. I'll have to grab it from my Necro, though.
Wayfinder.
Frode, how's the Astral Ward?
Recovering. Still got the odd Cryptus or two coming in from Nios. Nothing we can't solve with a hammer to the skull.
That's good to hear. These past few months, I've been recovering in my own way. It's still a shock.
Months?
Knowing what I do.
Isgarin and Peitha are waiting for you. Follow me. They're getting along, at least.
Oh? Consider me curious and anxious.
I'll link it to you at some point, Blade-Javal. But yeah, nowadays my Necro pretty much universally uses Spear, so I don't mind losing the Greatsword.
They're here.
Good. Her presence is not kind to one's sense of inner calm.
Darling of you, Garen.
So this is what you meant by getting along.
Peitha informs us that the situation in Nios is escalating. I didn't intend to join that fight, but better to stop a growing threat than ignore it. I cannot spare the wards yet, but we should take action.
We've been seeing a spike in rift attacks here too. 4 in the Shiver Peaks yesterday, 1 in Kryta this morning.
At last our thoughts are in unison. Any help we receive, I will use. I worry about overwhelming the Cryptus with visitors too quickly. But the Wayfinder, maybe. And a few strong-stomached allies. We've been pushed to the outer reaches of Nios, into Norris's path.
The beast that attacked the spire?
It's weaker now, thanks to your efforts. But it has risen the stakes. It consumes. We've a small outpost right on the edge of the abyss. Norris nor Epoch have been able to see it through the fog. The Wayfinder joins me first. We acclimate the Cryptus. And then we bring more.
She loves to assume my benevolence.
Doesn't sound like we have much time to prepare.
We do not. Hopefully we can call on the wizard's aid soon as well.
We've incursions to quell interior before I can send any meaningful numbers. But I can be convinced. Wayfinder, can we speak for a moment, just you and I?
Don't let me ruffle your sumptuous garb, Isgarin. Talk. I'll be near.
If you go with her, I might not be able to help you. You'll be on your own.
Yeah, what? Yeah, yeah.
Many terrors in the demon realm. It's a very different world than ours. Mabon knew more than I.
I made Peitha a promise, and I plan on keeping it.
Then you've already chosen.
I have. This is about Tyria. We barely escaped the dragon cycle. We don't need another oppressor.
I'll light a portal, if that's what you want. But before we return to within earshot of others, there's one other piece of intel that requires discretion. Peitha has secured our missing Astral Ward in Nios. Those who were lost when you first traveled to their realm of rot.
You mean
Orina, Frode's daughter. Does he know?
She lives, according to Paether. I've not permitted Frode to join them until we've established an operational Mist's Gate. Keep them safe. And if you've any other questions, now is the time.
No, I'm good. Can we go?
You seem hesitant to send aid.
Subtle, am I? Until I see our dear Paether in action, I'm still unsure if this whole ordeal will be worth it. I'm not certain the Ward would want to go either. They joined to protect Tyria, not crawl through the depths of Nios. But some are admittedly eager for Cryptus Blanda. They lost their friends, their allies, and they trust you. Paether? Perhaps not. They linger on the line of curiosity and fear, as do I. But they trust their Wayfinder. I will be allowing volunteers to cross through as soon as we establish a gateway between here and Paether's outpost. Just do keep the Ward in Nios secure while we connect those threads.
I'll do my part.
What? I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake. Awake. Sorry. I'm mostly memeing just to make myself feel better. Halo, Sky Odyssey, Siphon Filter, Omega Strain. Okay. Thank you, Jay Palmer, as always. Yeah, that's the other thing you missed, Playtool. I'm very likely to give Isgaran a negative. Ignoring the fact that his dialogue is arguably badly written, and we have a bit of the Bravely Default problem, he's also just... he's a dick. And it's actually harder than you'd think to make a character who's a dick be enjoyable for the audience. Now, you can do it. An actor is a really good step. A really solid actor and really good voice direction is a good step in making a lovable dickhead, right? Or an asshole or whatever. But usually there is part of that on the writing side. You have to add some kind of either relatability or decency, or maybe they're really smart, or maybe they've always got your back, or something. There has to be something to make them more than just a dick, right? Tony Stark circa Iron Man 1 is a pretty good example of this, right? And I do absolutely think that everything I just mentioned contributes to what I just talked about. But there's lots of examples of this across fiction. So far, Isgaran, he's just a dick. You trust Paether? Why are we even talking to this guy?
Do I trust Paether? The better question is, do you?
I do.
With an ounce of hesitance, I hope. She lingered in your mind for so long. Do you know the detriment she could have inflicted?
And yet she didn't. If anything, she saved me multiple times. Does that not demonstrate the severity of the situation?
I suppose it does. Be relentless if you need to be. It would not be a kind place to die in.
Yeah, actually, Canuck is a great example of a dick character who has enough going for him to make him a good character. Kind, reliable, smart, intelligent, funny, good actors.
Are we ready to depart, then?
I'm with you, Paether.
My strength is returning, but slowly. This will take a few moments.
Yeah, smart gambler, too.
While you two prepare, Wayfinder, with me?
I think what the audience, I think what the narrative is doing
Would like to speak with you.
is trying to get the audience on Paether's side.
She went through with it.
She has. A few weeks back. She's been taking some time to herself, mostly. Adjusting.
How is she taking it?
Everything is a bit fuzzy. Memories of the Ward came back. She knows your name. It might take her a moment to connect it to a face.
Okay. I'm ready to see her.
I'm going to go ahead and just say, based on the rules of this setting, what they do when they wizard you and nuke your memories functionally kills you. They even talk about it as pre-wizard you, post-wizard you, or the person that comes out the other side, stuff like that, right? So I think even the narrative agrees with me on that. Anyways, yeah, it's the soul killer in Cyberpunk, exactly. But no, I agree, Loke. I'm 100% with you. I don't know why that's not clear.
You have a visitor.
Ear deep in documentation about the obscure. Mabon's notes are extensive.
Hey, Zoja.
Uh-huh.
The Wayfinder.
Yes. Yes, of course. Hello.
Hi.
I'll give you 2 a moment. See me when you're ready.
I'm sorry. Little overwhelmed. I didn't realize you were coming today.
Paitha and I are about to head into Nios.
Paitha? Oh, the giant Cryptus lady. I like her, I think. Isgarin finds her annoying. Wait, you're going with her?
Yes, I am. Pretty nervous about it, to be honest.
Okay, be safe. I've been a few times helping seal rifts. It's something.
I will. Thanks, Zoja.
Sorry, this must be a bit awkward for you. I'm trying so hard to
Hey, don't worry about it. One step at a time, right?
Yeah. Dagda keeps telling me that too. Be safe, Commander. No, Wayfinder. Are you a commander?
I was.
What's this past tense crap? It's a good line, actually. So, okay. Hear me out. This should have been Taimi. Really picture, Taimi comes up here. Like, really think about this for just a second. Think about Taimi comes up here, finds this thing. They say, hey, yeah, exactly, this is the cure. This is the cure for Taimi's debilitating condition. And she also knows, logically, that she can accomplish a great deal of good as a wizard. Of course, she is emotional enough to be devastated by the idea, but she still feels logically she should go through with it. Big emotional scene with Gorick, big emotional scene with us, Bram is dead, and then we have a scene later where we go meet Taimi for the first time. Tell me that wouldn't have been a punch to the gut. Just right there in the solar plexus. And that's the thing. Felicia Day is actually doing a pretty good job with the role here, but I'm not feeling it because it's Zoja. Taimi has more investment in Zoja than I do. So there's like a little bit of like connected investment, but this okay. Hell, okay, if people really wanted Zoja, which I can believe because she's voiced by Felicia Day, and that would be the reason, let's be honest. Even if people wanted Felicia Day back as Zoja, they could make this work. All they'd have to do is have Zoja end up kind of joining the party in place of Taimi. The same thing that happened back in season, I guess Heart of Thorns really, but really season 2, in reverse. And then we have this big emotional scene where Zoja has to say goodbye to Taimi, who doesn't recognize her. Like, there's a lot you could have done with that. Anyways, Zoja's dead, moving on.
How'd it go?
Good, I think. She seems like she's doing well. I wish she... Oh, I'm just glad she found her home. Whew. That was harder than I thought it would be.
I know it hurts, but keep your bond close. She'll see through the fog if you shine that light bright enough.
Are you ready, Wayfinder?
Warden, Curator! Cryptus in the courtyard! A rift is open!
Within the bounds of the Wizard's Tower, With the speed of the storm, go.
Also, I've just noticed, Isgarin's voice actor isn't great either.
And remain calm. Cryptus here?
Anyways, blah, 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 blah. Kill, 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 kill.
Cut them down. Now.
Oh, I gotta show Pax I can have DPS him. Hang on, let me actually try for a sec. Probably low. Ian McKellen would be a good Isgarin. Speaking of which, whoever just said Alarak, that is a great, well-done Dick character. And once again, you'll notice Alarak has all of the things I mentioned going for him. He has redeeming sides, he is intelligent, he is capable, he is competent, he has layers to him that make him more interesting than just being a dick, and he's voiced by John Delancey, who is nailing it. See you around, Loke. Have a good one. Why do I have to vote to kick? Just leave the party. Oh, whatever.
It worked! Peter! You hide with the fodder?
It means the game's going into maintenance mode, Magister. And thank God. Okay, we're missing one. Never mind.
Hold your ground.
What's going on?
Nathan, who are they?
Followers of Epoch. This rift is different. It's stronger than even I'm familiar.
Try sealing it with the heart, Wayfinder.
Way ahead of you.
Sorry, jotting down a positive. Attempt to close the rift.
It's not working.
Then we try from the other side. Patha, you lead, we will follow.
Take a breath of that lush Tyrian air. And go.
I really hope Blizzard walks away from mobile games. Forever. Honestly. Just forever. Game. 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 There we go. Lovely looking things. Me too, as Miristar. I mentioned it recently. All three of the big three are under gun right now.
What is this place? Nios?
Welcome back to Nios, Wayfinder.
It looks so different.
Acclimate yourselves. This isn't Epoch's territory, but we're exposed.
No time. It looks like the welcoming committee is right on schedule. Get ready, everyone.
I haven't seen this realm of existence in...
Fight Isgarin. Focus.
I intend to.
The Heart of the Obscure should allow you to extract demonic essence from the Cryptus you slay. The rifts will only respond to their particular flavor of magic, so we'll need to gather enough to complete the spell.
I'm on it.
Your own kind, lashing out against you. Is this what millennia of appetence have distilled him to?
You see it now. You feel it.
We need to take more of them down, and the bigger the Cryptus, the more the essence. Though, it seems that the essence degrades pretty fast. Bring it back to me as quickly as possible. But be careful now. The more you carry, the more it will drain your life force. Don't push yourself too hard.
Yes, I've done convergences. Thank you.
Yes. I'd like to keep the Wayfinder in one piece.
Yeah, so I've actually done several convergences with PAX. They're fun enough for what they are. I think they're reasonably well designed. Especially the fact that even if you're not super geared, you can still contribute thanks to the resin gathering essence mechanic.
That should be enough. Bring it back to me.
Unshakable they are. Traitors.
Yep, done. Okay. You get a bunch of rift things from them, too. I think most of my rift currency has come from these.
I need to focus. Keep the big one off me, and I'll finish the spell.
Can you handle this, Zojja?
Yeah.
We're with you. We're right here.
I've even fought this asshole. Yeah, what's his power? Oh, you know, gravity. Your power is gravity? Uh-huh. There we go. Alright, bot. Give me up. I'm not doing jack against this guy. He keeps getting out of range of me. Dick. No, I saw Colgan. I've noticed they've been pulling that a lot lately. It's honestly kind of irritating. A limitation of the system, I would say. It should be able to pull party members regardless where they are, personally. I mean, WoW and FF14 both have that tech. I know. Spaghetti code.
All right, that should do it. Quickly, everyone, back through that rift before it collapses on us.
The Wayfinder and I will venture farther into the realm. Follow. We'll make toward refuge.
Wayfinder, keep your eyes up and your mind sharp as obsidian. Our paths part for now.
Be safe.
I actually screwed something up here. Speaking of... You're okay. It's okay, there's going to be lots of fireworks tonight, and probably tomorrow. You'll be okay.
Take a deep breath. Our air is heavy, but you can breathe it. You have before. We're not far from camp. Rest a moment. We've been met with excitement after excitement. Even I am tired.
Thanks.
Take it in. Then we'll start moving. Don't rush yourself.
Get rid of this stupid thing, Kev. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, yes. So let's get this out of my inventory. Oh, for God's sakes. Upgraded, comms, device, experimental. I'm saving the relics. I don't remember why. I mean, obviously that'll help with... What? You've chosen to destroy an important quest item. Okay, thanks. I know, Bernie, it's just... Whatever. I will not begrudge people their desire to shoot off fireworks. Lord knows we need something to distract ourselves from how horrible everything is right now.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting Nyas to be so... serene.
What did you expect? I am curious.
More blood, I think. Less of this.
Your shock is not too surprising. Your first impressions of my world were birthed in the temple of Febe. That cursed place.
Sarah said that Febe was killed?
Yes, he was. My teacher. A guide. He felt the things about Epoch that I do now. I couldn't save him then. Had Febe not fallen, maybe we'd have put Epoch down sooner.
I've had those thoughts. They're not worth it. You're fighting back against Epoch now.
Ramses
That's
should
what
be
you
on
need to
guard
focus on.
right now. Quickly.
Yeah, this looks very Maguma. With a few more flesh monsters.
Traitorous snake you are, little Aether.
Crawl back and kiss the fangs of your king.
Dang it. They took so long to spawn and ran out of adrenaline just getting to them.
To see the bigger picture.
We must find Arena and the others.
So she is alive.
And thriving, last I saw her. We located her and her fierce entourage of Astral Ward not long ago. I'm still in awe as to how they survived at all. But if Epoch has us sniffed out...
Let's keep moving. Any sign of Paetha?
Not yet!
Damn! About time.
I smell excitement. Maybe I'm confusing fear. Were you back in Tyria again?
And I brought a friend.
The Pact Commander. Interesting choice. Arena, it's good to see you alive. What happened in Gandharan?
Surprise to us both. Now, eyes on the threat.
Okay, real talk, until she mentioned Gandharan, I didn't realize we'd met Arena before. I'd like to take ownership of that. Blame myself, call myself stupid, but no, it's the game's fault. How many of you know who Arena is now that they've actually explained who she is? Yeah, exactly, Colgrim. Like, the game has done nothing to invest us in this woman. And then the commander's like, oh, Arena, thank goodness. And it's like, okay. Yeah, exactly, get it out. Ooh! I mean, hell, even Zoja, which I've already criticized, is at least more interesting than that, right? Mostly because of the acting.
Looks like the last of them.
What happened?
Aetor happened.
Was she here?
Only scouts from what we can tell. But I'm sure their eventual absence will be noticed.
The barrier will keep our location shielded. For now. We can't breach the interior. But they're also barred from us. Wayfinder, you've met Arena.
Have I?
They were secretly snooping through my camp.
And Ramses, well, Ramses speaks for himself.
Curious, the way you smell.
And who is this Hator?
Oh, what would be the appropriate Tyrian familial connection? My cousin.
And one of Epoch's prized fang suckers.
A bit pissy that you offed her mate based on how many she sent. Managed to take down most of them before you got back.
Ceres, I assume?
We've no shortage of family drama. Now that Hator knows of this place, we'd better stop her from sharing the news.
I'll check on the Astral Ward and others.
I imagine Frode is relieved about Arena, but disappointed he can't be here. I didn't have the chance to ask him.
The Huntress would rather cope with her progenitor on her own. When Isgarin's little gate is open, they will meet. When her contingent first arrived with you, thank whatever dubious entity you prayed to, that they found a place to hide. They managed to survive, while Cryptus's eyes were pointed at Tyria. Only a few lives were lost to the hostility of our world.
I'm glad you found them before things started escalating.
And so am I. Ramses has remained at Arena's side, helping the Tyrians acclimate. I think they've taken to our realm of barbarity. Arena is a force of nature, and I'm sure she'd be fine on her own. Now, rest. Adjust. The ward has crops that are at least tolerable for your consumption.
Oh man, do you have hardtack? Without lard? Milk or water or anything? Don't worry, Mr. Red, I saved it all for you. All you have to do is eat this entire pile of hardtack with chopsticks, and then I will allow you to give me more money to get another pile of hardtack. So tell me about dreams.
You are the subject of many a dream. I see why Paitha was so fascinated by you.
Dreams, as in...
Ah, yes. You've so little exposure to our world. Let me be your guide.
Be our guest, be our guest.
Air, bleeding in from other worlds. Visions of cities and wars. Great beasts and lovers. We cryptids,
so this is the Fade.
Demons are born with a flicker of curiosity. Your dreams inspire us. For better or worse.
That's not too dissimilar from my people. We are born of a dream. It gives us a path, a purpose.
Yes, that is right. The people of the Pale Tree have especially poignant dreams. Exciting and feverish. Airbark has stifled our ability to dream, however. As of late, the youngest of our kind have yet to experience any. It is quite suffocating, the way he keeps them all to himself.
Do you have faith in Paitha?
With all of my flesh. It is comforting to be in the presence of your resolve. I have faith in Paithas as well.
See you around, Bernie. And I do apologize. Hope good things happen soon. So nothing good's happening in Congress, is it? Yeah, I know. Don't worry. Yep. And thank you for the bit. What, Giga? Sorry, I was falling asleep. What's going on? I'm awake, I'm awake. What? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I mean, I shouldn't do that. The Fade idea isn't a terrible idea. Really. In fact, I'm looking forward to Dragon Age 4 and what they do with it there. And I do admit the idea of the culture of these demons is probably one of the only bits of the story that's actually caught me so far. It's just... You know? Oh, here's this super interesting, fascinating culture, but hang on, let's go fight some demons. What? Why? Because they're deep. Hello?
Before you try to apologize again, it's fine. When we were pulled into that portal in Gendaren Fields, I was uneasy at first. I gathered what astral ward I could find. We lost a few along the way. Managed to find an alcove just out of sight. Astral ward survival tactics. And then Paitha and Ramses tracked us down just a few days ago. Good timing too, as our rations were growing dangerously low.
Well, I'm glad you made it in one piece then. Your dad was worried.
It's a relief to hear that old Frode didn't throw himself into a fight he couldn't crawl out of. He's protective and stubborn.
I'll leave Frode to you then.
Thanks. Now I need to attend to the ward. Come find me later. I'm sure we've got plenty for you to do.
Please don't make me do events. You're fine. I do wish you'd actually stand in the litter before you go to the bathroom, but, you know, I guess that's asking too much of a cat. I'm waiting for Pax to come back, so I'm just going to stand here for a second. Okay. Now that I'm not vomiting. So Spartan asked, how did End of Dragon score? Very well. 280 something, I want to say, which is damned high, and makes it our second highest so far. Yeah, that's the cat. That is the cat. As for secrets, when we started, I was de-invested, and I kept trying to put a finger on the problem with it. And it boiled down to the fact that the whole thing just doesn't have the execution or presentation that it really needs. It's not bad, right? It's just there. Or at least, that was my idea. Whoa, hello. However, as of this point in time, my opinion of the story is slowly going down. Because the problem is, it's staying in that same general space of, And as they introduce more layers, and have more pacing issues, and stretch things out even more, I'm just sitting here like, okay. But like, no, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh, I hate you. I want you to know that. I hate you, cat. God, really? At least don't hit the fan, please. With your poop. That you're pooping on the fan. Why do people like cats? Yeah, Ray, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, crap's really hitting the fan here. Never getting a cat. I don't know. I've helped raise 3 separate kids in my life. I think I got that on lockdown. Kids also have a brain. You can communicate with a kid. You can teach. You can learn. They can learn. Kids are smart. Cats are dumb. You are dumb. No offense. It's something I've actually been thinking about a lot, because the other thing I've actually had more experience with is dogs. And dogs are pretty smart, relatively speaking. Dogs can process. Dogs can understand more than simple surface-level direct connectings. direct connecting lines. Dogs are a lot of work. But then again, kids are even more work. I don't know if that's a direct correlation, but, you know, here we are. What? Anyways, I'm going to go cover his poop. Because, you know. Good news. He missed the fan. Nah, kids make sense. I got kids. That's easy. Here's one for you. You ever wonder why? Oh no, cats are definitely dumb. That's where we start. Like, I could go down the rabbit hole on that if you want me to. So a kid, a baby, an infant, right, doesn't yet understand two important principles. And these two principles are kind of fundamental for getting past the sentient sapiens line, right? Principle number one is the concept of external sight. There's a proper term for it. I don't remember what it is right now. But Pax is back. What it boils down to is a baby does not understand that someone else might not feel, see, hear, think, etc. the same things that they do, right? This is actually fascinating because some cats do not understand this as well. They think that whatever they see is what you also see. Most dogs actually do understand this concept, which is one of the things that puts them a step up above cats in terms of overall intellect. It's because a dog can understand that if you're looking away from something, that you know are seeing something different than what they're seeing. It's why a dog will still try to steal something when you're looking away from it, for example. It's because the dog understands that you see something different than the dog does. So that's why, if you've ever had an infant newborn, I imagine several people in chat can back me up on this, when they start crying in the middle of the night, it's because something is wrong. They know what it is, or more accurately don't know what it is, but they X is wrong, right? This hurts, this uncomfortable, I'm this. And they don't understand that you don't instantly feel and know the same things they do. So they just start crying because it hasn't been fixed yet, and that's the only communication method they have. And then it's up to the parent to try and deduce what's actually going on. And the longer it takes the parent to figure out what's going on, the more upset the baby gets because they don't understand that you don't know what's wrong. The second thing is object permanence. That's a little different. Oh, this is a zone line. I could have just gone without Pax. I thought this was yet another quest thing. Hey, DeQuack. Honestly, the first one, Ross, the eldest.
Wayfinder, can you hear me?
Irina, I can hear you just fine.
Good. One of the volunteer Astral Ward cast an enchantment that better focuses our communication spells.
Any new intel?
Works in Nyos now.
Difficult to get.
Patha and I are at camp. I'm catching her up on developments. Things you probably need to hear too.
On my way.
I mean, pretty much, Colgrim. I didn't really know what I was doing with the eldest. So a lot of that was making it up as I went. Really? By the time the second one came around, it was like, yeah, okay. And by the time the third one came out, it was like, yep, that's got this. One of the things I used to have to do is I used to have to rotate overnight duties with my sister. And so when the eldest would wake up in the middle of the night and be upset, you know, it would be my job to be like, okay, hang on. I'd come check, make sure she's okay, try and figure out what the issue is. If I can't figure out what the issue is, my sister had a rocking chair, so I'd pull her in like this. God, you never realize how weightless a baby is until you're holding them. It's hard to even explain. It feels like you're not holding anything, right? Because they're so light. Like you think a cat. No. So you've got this tiny little ball of extremely fragile fluff, and I just hold her right here, and I would rock in order to try and get her to calm, in order to get her to relax so she could get back to sleep, you know? That was a normal thing for several months.
Rested, Wayfinder?
Best I can be. This camp is impressive given the circumstances. Did you source all this from Nyos?
Oh, it was much worse before you showed up. The Astral Ward have been sending in more supplies. Shelter, food. But all these nice supplies and roofs won't get us anywhere if Hator turns us into ground Dolyak.
If she's anything like Ceres, I'd rather not visualize the outcome.
Hator's dreams have been misplaced. But these are bones that we plant. She's currently holding a fortress to the north. If we can breach her gates, prompt her to change allegiance.
Unlikely, friend. Her champions hunt us on the field. One of you, or all of us, will die unless we put her down first.
I know. Wayfinder, this is why your presence became cardinal. Hator's arrival signals a change in Epoch's plan. I don't know what he's doing, but it feels imminent. They're sealing all paths to the castle.
This is where you come in.
You need me to hit something?
You got it. We've got everything in place to push against the fortress now, and we could use you on 2 fronts. Help the Astral Ward and Paitha's rebels protect the outskirts. Epoch's grunts are flagrant. And when we're ready, join the push. We need to crack open those gates so we can take the fight to the Mark herself.
Make my people trust you. And look scary doing it. If Hator is reporting to the king, I want him to shake.
My God, complete events. Normally, this is when you hear me say, I've lost count of how many times they've made me do this just in Secrets of the Obscure, but actually, no, I keep pretty... What are you wearing? I keep pretty detailed notes. So this is the fifth MSQ quest, which is just go do stuff. Go do events.
Glad Paitha found us when she did.
No, wait. There we go. The other thing I had to learn on the eldest niece, and this is probably the hardest lesson I had to learn, was at a certain point you have to leave them alone as they're trying to fall asleep. Because otherwise they will learn to fall asleep with someone, you know, like with someone else in the room. And they need to be able to fall asleep on their own. That's a skill that you learn. So, you know, she would be crying, wah, 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 and like, I'm just sitting here dying as I'm listening to my niece cry, forcing myself not to go in and just be like, I'm okay, it's here, you can go to sleep, because you can't. They need to learn to be able to fall asleep on their own. Hold on, what is that?
I'm afraid it's time you were stepped out! May I serve in death as I could not in life.
Your land is secure.
Not my land. It is open to all again. Let these squatters' broken carcasses serve as a reminder to any who follow us.
Never thought I'd say it, but this cryptis is growing on me. Road's ready for the final push. Let's move. Wouldn't want to miss out on the fun.
Oh no. Okay, okay.
Road, everything's secure now.
No.
What's your status? That's good news, Major. The General here has been dealt with. See you at the rendezvous point.
I'm about to be upset, aren't I? So I peeked ahead. The next step after this is do the meta. The meta that's currently happening. Okay, Colgrim says I don't need to do the meta. And I believe Colgrim. He would never lie to me. I just have to do Rift instead. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I need you to take a gun. Take me to Texas. You can buy a gun at the local grocery store. And explain to me why death is a good thing. Practical application. I'm so tired of this expansion. It's not even that long. In fact, I'm curious how long it's going to be all told.
Lady Paitha.
Well, where is the meta? Yeah, it's over there.
Wizard of Two. This general of yours? Oh, we're gonna smash this citadel to bits.
Your confidence
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're currently at a net negative. I don't think it's as bad as, you know, Icebrood, but I could be wrong. In fact, at a glance, hang on. So we are at -9 to gameplay, plus 3 to gameplay, so it's -6 total. And then story-wise, we're at -2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're at +1, -6 so far. Which one is the map currency? of what? Oh, there it is. Calcified gasp. Okay. I don't think I've seen any so far, Colgrim, but I'll try to keep an eye out. Actually, no, I'm going to do something really strange really quick, I think. Am I going to do that? I am going to do that. Yep. I'll be right back. Are you sure, Colgrim? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Also, I just discovered something for the very, very first time today. But hang on. There, look, I got an obsidian shard out of this. Did you know you can... I'm sorry, I'm making fun of myself. I'm already done. No, I'm not already done. Oh, ah. There we go. Now I'm done. Got my daily done. A little late, but whatever. Can't teleport to while a player is in an instance? I've never seen that error before. Okay. Literally anywhere. That's a dumb rule. I get why they do it, but like, there's other ways to implement that without being stupid. I don't actually have it keybound, so I'd have to mouse click it, and that's just unacceptable. Having a mouse click leaving the map, ugh, 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 disgusting. Oh no! It's Nailbilog. The 700,000th wyvern we fought recently. Oh my god, the cat just scratched the scratching post. I believe that is the second time he has ever interacted with that scratching post. I am in shock. No, watch. Now he's never going to use it again. It doesn't matter. Trash doesn't come by till Monday anyways. I have put catnip on that thing 4 times. Counting right now. Catnip on it as we speak. And now he's going to the bathroom to show his appreciation for the catnip.
It's going airborne.
Sardines. So, this cat has... Pocket is his name. Pocket has some digestion issues. I'm not sure if giving him sardines is a good idea. You know? I guess I'll go north, because you guys went north. Before the anti-fish thing, I actually liked sardines. Obviously, I don't care for them now. The only fish I like now is gigas. Gigas are cool. Yeah, ever since I got the surgery for my kidney stones, I haven't been able to tolerate fish. I have never been able to put into words why, but it's never gone away. We all thought it would go away when I got them surgery on my nose so I could smell properly, but nope. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Sushi! Sushi doesn't smell like fish. Oh, 100%, Ross, yes. By all accounts, someday I will have to, like, go in for, like, an additional adjustment or something because it doesn't stay forever. The surgery was 100% worth it, even for the however many years it's been of breathing that it's gotten me. You see what I mean, by the way? No, you don't see anything. The United Way Station, see? People use them all over the place. It's the one thing that got ported out of That stupid... pseudo-expansion. Although, Scumlord is right. Icebrood was kind of terrible, but it was also free. You gotta pay for secrets. That's actually the really funny thing. Vanilla is free, right? That's part of the trial. And Season 1 is free. And Icebrood is free, as long as you have Path, I think. I'm not actually sure about that, don't quote me on that. I'm sensing a trend here.
Wyvern's landing again.
So we need this to score badly so we can break the trend. Oh, do you, Scumlord? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. They probably treat it like a living season, or a living... Unlikely, Mr. Ed. Oh, speaking of which, thank you for reminding me. Let me give another negative. Look, no one would be happier than me for this to just suddenly start being awesome out of nowhere. It wouldn't even be the first time. We've seen that happen. Where we're just like, where was this? Like, Shadowlands did that, if you remember. It's not a joke. The second the jailer died, and we started doing the epilogue quests, the quest quality noticeably upticked. I cannot catch Pax and damage. Damn you, Pax. I guess that's what we could not withstand. A better story.
That ritual is giving it strength. Some of you split off. Take care of those ritualists on the platforms.
Would, but give me a sec. Whee. Yeah, this is my geared character. This is as min-maxed as I have. And Pax is just shrekking over there. I don't even want to talk about Colgrim. He's raid geared, and I don't feel bad about that. I mean, I was showing off the one-button Guardian build the other day. Which is exactly what it sounds like. Alright, so real quick. Somebody who hasn't played this game, tell me what's going on right now in this fight. Mechanically, I mean, like gameplay-wise. I was pressing buttons. It was hitting me. I think. I'm actually not sure if it was hitting me. I can't. Hello, cat. I'll give you scritches. Remember, you can't be in my lap, though. I think the only button I don't use regularly, maybe regularly, the only button I don't use as part of my DPS rotation is 9, which is Shake It Off. That's my stability slash, you know, get crap off of me thing. I could rotate it in. Help other people, I guess. Alright. So what's going on in this fight? I said this way back at the beginning. What Guild Wars 2 probably excels at most of all from a gameplay axis is spectacle. Big, fancy, ridiculous fights. Fights like this actually used to be really frustrating. Back in vanilla, back at launch, because fights like this would just kill you. Like, they would just show up and they'd kill someone. And it's like, okay, well, that sucks. And then you'd get rezzed, and you'd run up, and you'd fight until they attacked you again, at which point you would die again. In one shot, again. Hell, even now, you go back to some of those, the ones that have been revamped, they hurt. Not all of them. Shadow Behemoth can still kill you. But Shatterer tends to be a joke. I'm told Centaur's a joke. I haven't done him in years. Claw of Jormag's a joke nowadays. Oh, actually died. A lot of people died. Holy crap. Yep, that's right. Just juggle my corpse. Juggle my corpse. Ah. Everyone? Nope, there's still a few dead. Claw used to be one of those ones where you wouldn't even be sure if you could actually finish a Claw attempt. Nowadays, there's a pretty good chance if Claw shows up, he's gonna die. God damn it. Trying to res people. Come on. Still a bunch of people need resing. Jesus.
Epoch has countless crimes for which he must answer.
We will make that happen, Rhea.
Yes, and he will answer in the most painful manner we can devise.
Far from over. Let's get back.
Being a raid boss. So I can't help but notice that only gave me one event progress. So that's not great. Well, hang on. Let me see if I can find a rift. And do it quickly. There it is.
The hour is at hand. Wayfinder, over here.
I'm kind of busy.
Demands his tribute.
Sure. We haven't actually managed to do a rift yet, but kinda, yeah. Go do 6 events is this exact quest. I looked it up. And then you have to do rifts or the meta afterwards. Okay. Okay, well, if rifts count as 2 events, let's, leave. Oh, they can... Yeah, okay. And, just kinda... Yep, there we go. Bye! For real, bail. Bail. Bail if you haven't already. Ah! You mind? Wait, he's a mastery point? Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, fine. I'm coming back. I'm almost back. Hang on. Oh, my God. Where's... Oh, you released. I went down right as I killed the vet. You. I don't think they would, Mr. Red. This is going to sound like a really strange statement, but I've noticed this about several things. And Warcraft is one of them. When fiction tries to portray an evil capitalist, they usually portray someone who would have been an evil capitalist for, like, the 70s or 60s. Occasionally 80s. We're so far past that now. I feel like a goblin would look at a mobile game and be like, why?
Jaws and killed one of his prized soldiers. I'd say that's a pretty good day.
Okay. Now, where's that stupid rift? Over there now. Okay. Where'd you get that title, Max? Ruler of the Skies. I mean, pretty much, Arspruce. I mean, you've seen the bill that is getting passed right now in the United States, right?
Flame Cryptus won't make it with terror falling from the skies. Pathos champion, your skill may help us gain dominance. Skill and your Alar companion.
That is way over here, Jesus.
Wayfinder. Just who I was hoping to see. We're making progress down here. Those cryptosorbs are raining down on us the whole time. If you could get up there on your sky scale and take them out, it'd give us room to advance even farther.
Oh, I can totally see them being into FPS games. Especially co-op, or not cooperative. Competitive, excuse me. What the hell's an in... Okay. Never mind. Whoa! 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 Okay. Huh. So that's a thing that happened. I'm not even sure what exactly happened there. You know, I got absolutely flung way, 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 way off the edge. Like, I got juggle flung off the edge. It is interesting to see that people are still doing this stuff, although I guess lots of people need rift essences, so... Oh, Gobos would love rocket jumping. Are you kidding me? They would take that stuff to an art form. Yes, an art form, because I was trying to say a science, and I changed my mind in mid-sentence. You know, you want to hear something funny, Mr. Red, or anybody who cares. The whole recent thing with you-know-who has really started making me feel a lot better about myself. No matter how terrible or wrong I ever am, I will never be that much of a stuck-up jackass. Can we do it? Right, the bunny, which I totally can do quickly enough. There we go. I think I've actually managed that. Yeah, I can warclaw myself right off the edge. Yeah, like that! What is doing that? Are there any... Well, whatever. I got credit for it. I accept having gotten credit for it. I'm gonna just... Yeah. You're fine. No, relax. Stop getting up. I'm not feeding you. It's too early for food. Oh, no, can't scale. Looks like I need one more rift. Come on. This way. Ah, it's over there. This is actually probably closer. Yeah, we broke him, so he broke us. It's nice to know it's not just me. I saw a lot of other people get flung too. Up. Would you like a free sky scale? No. I have to get to my destination. Look at. Listen, it's not our fault you can't play a Viera in this game, Giga. I know you want to. doing, but sure. Oh, there are 43 of them. Yeah, that's never happening. Oh, this is another inverse. Okay, okay. Probably Giga. That's what I assumed. As soon as I saw 1 of 43, I'm like, yep, okay. Okay. Yes, that is my foot. Cat looks at me. Yeah, just a little bit off the leg. Any of those? They are not for eating. Good, Mr. Red. Let me summarize it for you. Pointless drama. Like, I have done way too much of a deep dive on it, and it's one of those things where it's like, I could tell you that Reptile's Blade is an awesome person, but imagine if I actually sat down and enumerated it. Did my homework, did my research, and was like, yeah, here's how awesome they are. Dot, 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 dot. I give you a freaking itemized list. That's what the situation is like. You are awesome. Thank you, Reptile's Blade. I do appreciate you. And if you want to put that towards up to 3 things, do please let me know. No, you're not allowed in the lab. I'll scritch you, but you are not allowed in the lab. Let me tell you one little detail. This is my favorite little detail. So... okay. Some of you have played WoW Classic.
Dark and Hator's generals are all over the place.
There we go.
If you really want to upset the system, help us hunt them down. That's the thing about these Cryptus royalty. They're always surrounded by grunts that are willing to die. Well, if not by our weapons, then by Eparch's maw. Carve a path, Wayfinder.
I'm sorry to ask this. Which Castlevania block? Reptile's Blade. We actually have several. So, for those of you who weren't around for WoW Vanilla, or honestly, WoW BC as well, back in the day, if you overpulled, it was bad. Now, it was recoverable, because, honestly, WoW Vanilla was better than most of the MMOs at the time, but it was still bad. So, generally speaking, what you would do, if something really bad happened, like you overpulled, or someone drifted, or whatever, is you'd be like, alright, pull back. And the whole idea is to pull your team back to some kind of a point of safety, right? Usually going around a corner to break line of sight.
Your mind is thrilling and warm. David's admiration is obvious.
Ramses?
Yes. She may have taught me how to communicate with you in the same way. I hope this isn't an unwanted complication.
Surprising, but I suppose my mind is an open book these days.
I am pleased. I've caught whispers of your efforts in Nyos. Hator's troops quake as you approach. Divine work. But with their numbers growing more reasonable, I've heard other rumors. A disturbance just out of sight. If you could investigate it before returning to camp.
I'll look into it.
A delight you are. I will direct your mind toward the interruption.
So, sorry. I will probably never care about map completion, but in case I ever do, I'm just getting some while I'm here. This is kind of the advice I've gave both Linirith and Mr. Red. Just, while you're already there, just do a few things on the side, and eventually you'll probably, you know, be grateful that you bothered. This is the wrong way. This is the wrong way. This is the wrong way. Oh, God. Help! Help! Oh, Jesus! Ah, Jesus! I can't get out! I couldn't. I know I can hit F1 and stop it. I just... I've actually been pulled along before, and I thought, oh, it's no problem, I'll just pull out of it. But I couldn't manage it that time. Oh, that's the wrong way. That's going that way. I don't want to go that way. Is there anything going north? Nope, that's coming south. Early Castlevania. Hang on, let me jot that down really quick. Early Castlevania block. And also, happy 4th of July. I hope you enjoy something this 4th of July, because it sure as hell ain't Independence. No, I know, it's right there. It's right there. Disable Leyline writing. So, you pull back to a place of safety and you try to regroup. Every class, especially in vanilla, has something they can do to try and mitigate a wipe from being a TPK, right? From something that's going to completely make everything fall apart, right? So, Jackass Face was playing a mage. Now, a vanilla mage has a lot of things they could do in order to try and mitigate a wipe. They have Frost Nova, they have Slow, which is a spell. Actually, I'm not sure they had Slow at that point in time. They have Frost Bolt, they have Sheep. They've got all kinds of things, even back in Classic, to try and help mitigate something like that from happening. So, he did none of that, of course, because he has no idea what he's doing or how he's playing. Now, this is going to sound like a strange statement, but that's fine. We all make mistakes. This is the key point here. This is the takeaway. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake. There's nothing wrong with doing a bad call or screwing up or whatever. It doesn't make you a worse player. It means you made a bad call. That's it. What makes him him is the fact that he refused to own up on it. Doubled down on it to the point where he actually ended up getting kicked from the guild because people were starting to feel he was getting weird about how much he was defending himself about it, and insisted that he never did anything wrong. That's over the line. Imagine for a moment, I'm playing Guild Wars 2, and I'm like, we're in the middle of a fight, and like the other party members all go down, and I happen to be standing right on them, so I could res them, right? I could hit F, which is what it is in my case, and res them and be like, hey, be alive, and help pull out of the wipe. I don't. Now that sucks, but again, that's not really that big of a deal. I made a mistake. Whoops. I am sorry, everyone. My bad. I'll try to do better next time. But imagine if in that exact scenario I had said, well, I couldn't find the button. I think I was too far away. I couldn't do it. Honestly, if Colgrim had died, this wouldn't be a problem to begin with. And completely refuse any responsibility, any contrition, and push all blame on other actors. There's your summary, Mr. Red.
Away! Away! Leave me be!
I mean, I guess you already knew that, but whatever.
It's safe now. You're safe.
Who are...
I'm with Paitha. I'm not one of Epoch's.
Paitha? I didn't think you were with the Midnight King. You're too ripe.
Paitha and the Astral Ward set up camp nearby. You can seek refuge there. We're your allies.
You're not afraid of me?
No.
Okay. I'll go.
My Wayfinder, your actions shut the desire. Very little rests between us and Hator. We'll meet you near camp.
Yes, actually, Mr. Red.
Don't do anything dramatic without me.
It's time I introduced you to my cousin.
Yeah, it served as a signal booster, put very, very simply. And because Jackass Face is trying desperately to try and make his star as big as possible, he will jump on any possible drama in order to try and drum up his cult personality. So that was a prime example for something for him to farm, which he did extensively. But what he didn't realize, because he is in fact a moron, is that the bigger the bigger drama bubble you get, the bigger star you get on YouTube, the more other people notice you, good and bad. And so that got more people noticed and more involved, and that meant when he started really going to town against the Stop Killing Games initiative, a lot of people knew he was doing it, a lot more people than otherwise would. And those people were like, hang on. I am summarizing a lot. I do apologize. Unlike Bragwin. I don't know how I'm going to segue that. Let me try this. Let's see. Bragwin never summarizes with dinner. She always cooks it full. Imagine summarizing dinner. Yeah, he was against it, Scumlord. He was against the whole concept. Openly and repeatedly. This has been true since the beginning. This has been true for, I think, over a year and a half at this point, I want to say. It's been a long time. But the recent thing really signal boosted it, because he was really diving down that particular rabbit hole. Okay, amalgamated gemstone. More, please. Thank you. Oh, I don't have it. Put that over there.
Do not fear. This place is a safe one. These creatures are kind and share curious foods. I encourage you to speak with them.
Feeling a little overwhelmed? Don't worry. Me too.
I heard rumors that Peter rallied. But Tyria's?
You know of Tyria?
I've seen it.
Target destroyed.
When I've dreamt. Not in a long while, but there's so much water. Colors. Smells.
Yes, the Astral Ward can tell you many stories, if you'd like to listen.
See you around, reptiles.
Pressure.
Okay, Urza is the most interesting character so far. That is an exaggeration. But they've done a lot to characterize this dude in like 2 conversations. Jesus Christ.
All here. We can prepare to move.
The path to Hator should be clear. Aside from a few guards left to protect the waning fortress.
Guards are easy. Hator, I don't know what to expect.
A hard enough fight. And who knows what vile thoughts Ebark has equipped her with. We move with caution. Ramses, why do I feel dread emitting from your teeth?
Oh, apologies, Lady Paper. Trying to help Irja acclimate has proven complicated. She's fearful.
This is a dreadful place to choose solitude. She'll adjust. Let's hope that removing Hator will secure these lands for those who can't fight back. We move.
Well, this is irritating. I didn't expect that to happen in the middle of that. That's my fault. I'm the idiot. Okay, sure, go away. Yes. There we go. There we go. Okay. Get out of my inventory. Ah, that's better. They just are goose feeding me mastery points. I'm not even complaining. Have I unlocked the Nyos mastery yet? Tomato bouillon? How the hell does that work? Oh, now I have Internius. What do we got here? Increase your Sky Scale's Fireball skill to do siege damage. Learn Wizard's Blessing in Convergences. Gather Essences as a Wisp in Convergences. Carry. Increase Convergences, increase Convergences. Okay. I'm sensing a trend here. Might go for that first one, though. After I finish getting Rising Spirits. Yeah, being able to do siege damage with the Fireball, I'm probably going to enjoy that.
We are pleased to see so many volunteers joining the assault on Zagreus. Whether Uranus Garin recognizes it or not, the outcome of this war will be far-reaching.
Add new services to the Wizard's Tower to exchange Obsidian, to upgrade Obsidian armor. Open arcane chests. Don't know what that means. Provide protections against Eparch. I'm guessing that's meta related. Loot a daily coffer from the Spider's Lair meta. I've heard about the Spider's Lair. It's shown up on my weekly. I've never actually done it though. I think. Gotta preface that. Ooh, avocado. That is way down there. Yikes. I'm gonna keep ignoring that for the moment. Just
Wayfinder.
I guess I'll do that.
Just who I was hoping to see. We're making progress down here. Those cryptosaurs are raining down on us the whole time.
See the armor upgrade guy?
Get up there on your sky scale and take them out. It'd give us room to advance even.
Okay. So to say, help!
This place is certainly
dramatic, grotesque. I never understood how we became so dramaturgic. All of this was copied from other worlds. We were born to the dirt of the demon realm.
Getting inside shouldn't be a challenge. A few guards and stragglers, but they're on the back foot. Her champion is dead.
Let's take out whatever guards are left before we head in.
A prudent suggestion, Wayfinder. She waits for us inside. But my scouts report only angst within those walls. I expect a dramatic fight.
Good. Shall we?
Or...
Showing your claws, Peter.
We will deliver you to Hator.
What are we waiting for?
Nothing, apparently.
We progress.
Dream.
They're stacked to their teeth with siege weapons. Take down the trebuchets.
Your scaly, mistborn companion. Maybe the edge be grave.
They don't look interested in talking here.
Okay, it's not doing nearly as much damage as I thought it would. Well, Giga did ask a valid question, but she's off doing convergences, so I can't hear her. No. It's not bad, Giga. I'm not what you'd call super impressed. I agree with something I think it was Colroom said, that this feels like Maguma 2.0 in terms of overall design. Visually, excuse me. What the... It's very strange. Yeah, exactly. It's Maguma with a different color scheme and a slightly different texturing. It kind of ties into the whole budget saving thing we talked about a few points.
Not a whisper or a dream.
Like, you notice a lot of the enemies are other enemies with a reskin, right?
Cannot sense it. An army may wait. Or just the wretched.
Good enough. On swift feet, we move. There's a quality to this place that tastes different now. What do you seek here, Hator? What has Epoch done?
Please! Don't!
Was that?
Irja?
Move! Peter. Wrangle yourself a fresh snack, my dear.
Don't pretend, not with me. Your brother always hoped you'd amend your sentiments of the king, but I know better. You've always been spoiled to the horn. So, why are you here, Peter?
Why are you hunting us? Only fear dangles from your flesh.
You haven't been to the castle in some time, have you? You ran and hid. You still run.
And you kiss each leg of the spider. Has he shown you his venom yet?
Give Ceres my love!
Eyes up!
No! Irjo!
Traitor to us all!
I do actually like that line.
We can go another way.
Of course I did, cousin. Epoch is our dream. Will it take your arms and your toes on a platter to see? Those who follow Peter will die at her feet. Fine. I'll peel your eye.
Sorry, Urja.
There's a version of this world where she joined us.
Peter?
Do not worry for me. I am not in mourning. Hator was cruel, even if she was driven by fear.
What now?
Check the fortress for survivors. Follow your gut. I need reflection.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Dream.
Jesus.
You may think her cold, but each loss stacks in a pit of Peter's core. Collecting, rotting.
Was she and Hator close?
Every breath in this place requires sacrifice. They were both survivors. They were not close, but they both fought hard to live.
It's a shame.
Hello, Evo. There's just blood everywhere, isn't there?
Wayfinder.
I'm sorry, Peter. Are you okay?
Save that sentiment for your own. Hator wanted to die. And she likely escaped a much more miserable existence.
I respect how clear your mind
My
is.
mind is far from clear. Though I'm relieved that you witnessed all you have. Might cause epochs, fixations.
I suppose it didn't hurt. I trust you, Peter.
Why?
You kept these astral wards safe. You care about the Cryptus. Your Cryptus. We share a goal. Just point to where we go next.
You are a curious creature, Wayfinder. Rest. I'll do the same. We can't move further in Nyos. Not yet. The barrier blocks our path until we can remove it. We march. More allies await us on the other side.
Hello, Eva. No. They really are giving me a lot of achievements, aren't they? And by achievements, I mean masteries. Because I just got an achievement, Jess. Did you succeed, Giga? Are you winning? Have you won? Will you win?
I'm certain of that. How are things on the front lines?
The moment of opportunity has revealed itself.
Good night, Coldman.
But there is much to be done before we can seize it. One of Isgarin's paths has found his way here. And he only seems interested in hearing from you. We are gathered at the war camp. Don't keep us waiting, dear.
God, my bank is getting so freaking full. Thank you for your help, Colbert. I didn't say it out loud. I don't think I did. Yeah. They briefly mentioned, like, something about being able to tap into different magic. I'm going to be honest, I don't know the answer to your question past that. Like, they gain some kind of new power for becoming a wizard. I don't know what that is.
Wayfinder?
Galrath? Didn't expect to see you here.
Join me, Giga.
Didn't expect to be here. But somebody has to keep an eye on this mess for Isgarin. And it fell to me.
He still has his doubts, then?
Plenty. But you'll get to plead your case. Let's get to it.
The last of our ensemble arrives. Good. There is much to cover, and our window will close if we don't move quickly.
So what's the situation?
What's the situation?
The first barrier has fallen, so we can breach farther into their defenses to gain more ground. But more ground means more to cover, and we're stretched thin as it is. One way or another, we need more soldiers. Once we have them, we'll be able to pressure their last lines of defense as we prepare for an assault on the Citadel.
Okay, what about local cryptus?
What about the local cryptus?
Oh my god.
Epoch's hold on this world is more tenuous than it may appear. My people fear him, but there are limits to the control that fear grants. What we need is someone that they respect. Someone they will follow, even against Epoch.
You mean General Nefus?
Okay, can I get the Astral Ward's full support at least?
Can we get the Astral Ward's full support?
Isgaren's answer is no. We're still recovering from the Cryptus attack, and this is not our battle.
What happens here will affect Tyria.
That's why Isgaren has been kind enough to allow the volunteers to support you. If you want the full backing of the Astral Ward, prove to us that Peitha can prevent the Cryptus from being a threat to Tyria.
Peitha has already proved herself to...
Calm now, Ramses. He will get the proof he desires in time.
So who's Nefus?
Who is Nefus?
Epoch's former second-in-command. He has always been the more respected of the two, which is why he's still alive. Epoch has kept him quiet and contained, but he can't kill him. Nefus commands too much loyalty from the soldiers.
Where he goes, the masses will follow. It's time we track the old general down. This may take some time, but the war has widened, and there is need for your talents elsewhere on the battlefield. Gather what information you can as you assist our forces in the fight. Once he is found, I will have use for you again.
So, I was just Googling it, Blade Devil. Near as I can tell, you get two things if you join the Wizards. First of all, immortality. They don't explain that. Obviously, you can still be killed, so I'm guessing it's just you stop aging at whatever point you join. Second of all, is it connects you to the flow of the world's magic, which is extremely vague. What's funny is they all refer to it as Ascension, but we have an Ascension in this setting. In fact, they've already referenced it in Guild Wars 2. It was a big thing back in Guild Wars 1. Ascension was required to be able to perceive certain layers of reality, put extremely simply.
What can you tell me about Nefus?
I served under him myself for a long time. A brilliant strategist, peerless warrior, and a noble leader. Those things made him a liability to our gluttonous king. He couldn't be trusted to follow the more gruesome orders. Nefus commands too much respect to be simply disposed of, so instead, Epoch forced him into retirement. But he is watched closely. Epoch knows that any movement with the general involved would be a real threat.
Yeah, the old Ascension was specifically a connection to the Six Gods, who, as Pax points out in chat, are gone. So I'm pretty sure you can't ascend at this point. Not in that way. So what's Isgaren's plan if we fail?
What's Isgaren's plan if
Oh my god.
The total destruction of Nyos and the Cryptus, most likely. It's what I advised in the first place. We have no reason to believe they can be peaceful, and the risk if you're wrong is the destruction of Tyria. Better to not take that risk. You have too much faith in them, far more than they've earned. But like I said, you've got your chance to prove me wrong. Better get to it. One last thing, Wayfinder. Isgaren is still allowing volunteers to join you here. The next group will be arriving soon. They're here because they believe in you, not Peitha. Don't waste their lives.
So, I didn't recognize him, and knowing who it is, oh my god, that makes perfect sense. I'll give you a few seconds to guess who voices Galrath over there.
Aren't you eager to get back to Tyria now that the gate is open?
Of course. But I need to make sure that Tyria will have a future. And that means finishing this first. The front line is where I belong. Where I can do the most good. I'll leave when the war is over. Besides, Ramses and Paitha saved my life. As long as they need my help, I have an obligation to offer it.
As long as you don't look at the White House, things are great, Uthor.
Will Paitha's plan to convince the Cryptus actually work?
I don't know. So far. The Cryptus here have been beaten down for centuries. They must want change. Fear can only keep people under your thumb for so long. Especially when you start killing them indiscriminately. Living under Eparch may actually be a fate worse than death. At least with us, they have a chance to survive.
Exclamation mark vote, Uthor. And thank you for the sub. I do appreciate it. Moment. That's Cyberpunk? Yes, Cyberpunk and Jedis. Good to know. Yeah, the vote's going to, like, August, so I'm leaving it up there for a minute. Yeah, I know, right, Blade Tavol? They apparently only got him for, like, 5 roles. All small roles.
I've got a fresh batch of volunteers for you, ready to face the demon hordes.
Frode, you're an unexpected sight.
There's battles to be fought, Wayfinder. I may be getting older, but I still never retreat. Besides, I needed to check in with our forward group, see how they were handling it. Triage is in order, troops are looking disciplined, and you've secured a solid foothold in the area. You've done an excellent job here, soldier. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Thank you, Warden.
Well, I need to get out into the field, but I'm sure Arena will be happy to get you up to speed.
Of course, Wayfinder.
I knew this place couldn't beat you. Too much of your mother in you for that.
But yes, Galrath is voiced by Darren DePaul. David Lodge was a good guess, but David Lodge has an extremely distinct voice. He's Nazgrim, and a 1,000 other characters. You know what? I kind of don't care about the lore. Is that okay? Can we just go? Can we just go? Let's just go. Yeah, Darren DePaul, I've said this before, he's got range. He can really stretch his voice out. David Lodge is a good actor, but he always sounds like David Lodge. Oh my god, do events. Do events. The next step is to do events. Oh my god, this has stopped being a joke. There's a rift. I don't have anything over there. That's how that works. Might someday become a joke again.
You will see few Cryptus sway to our ranks in these waking hours.
I did. I thought Pax was kidding. And Scumlord made a comment about it. And I think Colgrim did too. And I'm like, there's no way, right? I mean, come on. Oh my god, Mr. Red. Where's the stupid thing? Oh, I passed it. I passed it, Pax. Thought it was this way. I was lied to. Whoa, shoot. Oh my god. Alright, alright, alright. I need to just get an ice pack and just shove it in my face. Another inverse? Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Okay. Oh, they're all inverse. I guess that makes sense. We're in Nyos, so they're all inverse. Yeah. Logic. I mean, it's fine. It's still a rift. So how about them Dodgers? Actually, the Cubbies have been doing pretty well lately, I've noticed. I know someone who likes the Cubs. So, that's why I have any acknowledgement at all. I don't think anybody likes the Dodgers. Not since Ruth. Wait, he wasn't Dodgers. Wait, who was Babe Ruth in, like, what team? Yankees, that was Ruth. So yeah, I guess, actually, yeah. I don't think anybody's ever liked the Dodgers. Never mind. Now see, if I was someone else, I would double down. And be like, no, I'm pretty sure. I am not allowed to be wrong. I will rewrite the history books to make Babe Ruth a member of the Dodgers. It's permanently tainting both forever. Wait, Jackie Robinson was Dodgers? Even I know that name. I've never actually been a huge baseball fan, because I like playing it a lot more than watching it. It's not like football, which I love watching football. Or, you know, Formula 1, or... I don't know, some hockey. Some hockey could be pretty cool. I've never actually watched cricket. I should do that sometime, just to see if I like it. Come on. Oh, right, you gotta be in the area to do it.
These reinforcements are just what we needed. Think what we could do with the whole ward. We think we've found Nephis, but we need to scout the area first. Draw their attention away for a bit longer.
Oh man, I'd watch the hell out of Blurn's Ball. There's...
Just who I was hoping to see.
What?
We're making progress down here. Those cryptosorbs are raining down on us the whole time. If you could get up there on your sky scale and take them out,
oh
it'll give us room to advance even farther.
It's true, Roz. I can't wait. There it is. It's on the way. There we go. I was actually going to say something. Blurn's Ball, Valson Ball. We all know Valson Ball is the superior one. Nobody's going to get that reference. There is one bike race I actually enjoy at Ben One Eye. And now, this is probably not what you're talking about. But it's on the Isle of Man. And it's actually pretty solid. Insane. But, you know, I don't know what to add to that. It's a bike race. Yeah, Ross, that's... Uh-huh. Yeah, I realized about halfway through that you probably meant bicycle and not motorcycle. I was referring to motorcycle, for those of you wondering. No, bicycle races, that's another thing I prefer to participate in. Or at least I did, back when I had one and did so. That was a long time ago. That's before I got run over. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you ever pick it up again? I got run over on my bike. I actually haven't ridden a bicycle since. There's that thing again. What keeps doing that? Also, what the hell is the NBA doing right now? I kind of wish wrestling would be good again, you know? Like, get rid of Egg McMahon, if they haven't already. They're letting players run the show. That sounds like a terrible idea. Where's the... I don't know. Then when I literally haven't tried since then. So I don't know. Nowadays, I'm probably far enough removed from the trauma to get on a bike at all, but for the longest time, I couldn't stand the idea of being on a bike. Like, getting the shakes kind of a thing, you know? Go ahead, make fun. It's okay. I deserve it.
Wayfinder, I need your help with something. Come find me so we can get to work.
You'd be surprised, Evo. Okay. Where are we in this nonsense? Oh my god, yeah, we're not finishing this tonight. There's no way. There are 5 quests left after this.
Ah, Wayfinder. Good. Right on time.
What is...
Road. Everything's secured down here. What's your status? That's good news, Major. The General here has been dealt with. See you at the rendezvous point.
Are any good?
What?
It would be wise to add them to the ward's arsenal. I've got some scouting reports about where they might be, but I need to keep monitoring things here for Isgaran.
Oh my god. This quest has another do events step. This quest, the quest we're on, has another step to go do events. It is stopped being funny. Hi, Cat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're okay. You're okay. Oh my god. I think we might be looking at it, Hoothorn. I mean, it's probably Ice Fruit, if we're being honest, but...
Your confidence is encouraging, Tyrion. Given the circumstances of Clover's sacrifice.
Nothing to the same extent, of course. Hello, Cat. Remember, you're not allowed on my lap anymore. Nope, nope. You gotta go down. Nope, you gotta go down. Here, I'm gonna grab you by the scruff, okay? Gently, gently. You're okay. You're okay. There you go. Yeah, I'll give you scritches to make up for it. Just can't be in my lap. Ah. Pocket is his name. Ah. Yeah, Icebrew didn't break the setting like Shadowlands did, but it probably is the equivalent. I mean, right after Icebrew was End of Dragons. Those are faces vomiting. That's pretty gross. That sounds about right. Going straight from Shadowlands to Dragonflight. Oh my god, Evo. Go, Pocket. Use demand to be in lap. He is an extremely social cat. Which I wouldn't mind. Except for the unique circumstances. I'm sorry, cat. Don't worry. A few more weeks, hopefully. Oh my god, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. God, you can tell it's hot in here. Like, I'm dying. Because, yeah, End of Dragons and Dragonflight. It's okay. FF14 didn't have to... Oh. I'm kidding. FF14 really pulled the dragon button hard pretty early with Heaven's Ward. Heaven's Word. Ward. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, no, I've got to run around and find random things around the map. Hello, cat. Here, I'll give you scritches. You can't get in my lap, but I'll give you scritches. There you go. Have scritches. Yeah, what he said, and she said, and they said. Are she going to save those people? No. That's how they gossip in the demon world. Yeah! Oh my god, really? Yeah! I would have imagined. I'm up to 185 of those, whatever they are. Hey, look, a face with tentacles. It's always fun. Of course it is, Huthor. No one's gonna buy an RTS with a campaign. Come on. In unrelated news, how amused are you that the StarCraft 2 wannabe, which released without a proper campaign, is already crashing and burning? Because they went all in on multiplayer focus. Speaking of, this is going to be a weird segue, but remember the other day, we were talking about Dune Awakening, and I couldn't remember which of the upcoming Dune games that was. Well, I did a little more looking to actually try and figure out which one it was so I could talk about it properly. And it is the exact one I was thinking about. It's a survival builder Dune MMO, which sounds awesome until you realize that the endgame zones are PvP only, as in PvP mandated. You cannot turn off the PvP flag. So... I saw the patch notes about that, Uthor. So, here's the funny thing. Their initial offering, their initial launch stuff was, and I'm going to put this as nicely as I can, a catastrophe. Because the nature of... What am I doing? Yes, yes, my minions. Yeah, no, so the not that I'm aware of, Bax, I can do a double check on it, but well, you kind of can't, like, if you get to the point where you can't progress at a certain point until you go to the end game zone, because you need resources in the end game zone. Remember, it's a builder game, survival builder. So at a certain point, you've done it until you go to the end game zone. At launch, it was really, really bad. What do you want me to do? Like, much worse than it is now. Ancient coin, maybe? No? Actually, yeah, Huthor. Good way to put that. mean, I'll take a provisioner token while I'm here. Because, like, I've got a bajillion of those. On me. But, like, why is the quest icon over your head? What do you want from me, game? Okay. Okay, hang on. Oh, wow. No, Colgrim was right. I do need to buy this. It's right there. I do need 150 calcified gas. Thankfully, I have 189. Yeah, okay. That. I can now use a staff as a warrior. Cool. Quest completed. Anyways, I'm getting a little bit off topic. So the way this broke down was emphasis on past tense, right? They've mostly moved past this. But when you die, you drop everything and you'd lose everything. You know, there was a degree of what? There was a degree of permanent risk in death. Like, death was a whole, apparently, it was a whole deal. The problem with that is PvPers are already gatekeeping. So you enter the endgame zone, and there are people who are just sitting there waiting to kill you. And that's like the beginnings of the problems there. Like, I don't know what they think was going to happen with that. Maybe they've never encountered PvPers before? I don't know.
Back already? Easy to see why you always get picked for these kinds of things. I'll have these sent back for translation and study. With any luck, we'll be able to start training with them soon. If you want to start experimenting with these techniques before then, be my guest.
Unsettling news,
Oh my god, go do events. You thought I was joking.
Their eyes are upon us now. We must move quickly if we are to beat the spider to our fly.
You really did, didn't you? Admit it. Admit it, you thought I was joking. Ah, there it is.
Demons, look out!
Yeah, I try very hard not to lump a group of people in with, like, the worst of those people, but I've been gaming for a long time. I've met PvPers in person. There's some scum suckers in those categories. No, listen, Huthor. All we have to do is recreate WoW Vanilla perfectly, and it'll be the exact same experience I had 20 years ago. It'll be fine. Yeah, it reminds me of a very, very simple thing. There's nothing wrong with rooting for your team. Really. Competition, I know this sounds strange, competition is healthy. But as with all things that are healthy, it's healthy in moderation. Sugar is healthy. Water is healthy. Air is healthy. Yeah, exactly, as Miristar. I have also... It's true, though. I have actually met PvPers, again, in person, who are actually perfectly cool people. They just like the versus aspect of it, the competitive nature of it. And nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with that, I should say. But there's a reason why whenever I see a game that is focused on PvP, my first reaction is, I'm good. Having said that, I'm going to keep an eye on that Dune game. Because they are definitely patching it, and they're patching it fast. Like, their turnaround time on changing major gameplay mechanics is shockingly short. Like, weeks. So I do actually believe that those devs care, which is good. And that it might someday be a game I'd try to drag my co-op group in with. We'll see. I don't have a lot of hope, but there's a reason I'm keeping my eye on it, you know? Interesting. I think you're right, Rhea Girl. Okay. Actually, before we do this, should we map hop? I noticed I got the prompt earlier. Should we map hop? Would you like to take the volunteer to go to a new map? That thing. Okay. Yeah, one of the biggest things that actually irritates me, and I've seen this going back to the 90s, is some PvPers, and I gotta stress that, some PvPers really like their walled gardens. They do not want new players. They do not want new people in their game, or in their map, or in their match, or on their team, or anything. Now, I admit I don't understand that. Yeah, they want to be an HOA. In the worst way possible. Come on, Giga, let's mop up. Yeah, or, well... Okay, hang on. Huthor brings up a good point. Some of these people are very stupid. And they think they want new players so they can prey on them, and they don't realize that their activity and their behavior is actually being anti-new player. That's valid.
Just who I was hoping to see. We're making progress down here. Those cryptosorbs are raining down on us the whole time. If you could get up there on your sky scale and take them out, it'd give us room to advance even farther.
I think that's 3 times he's asked me to do that. Not happening, buddy. Yeah, and then they complain no one's playing the game, and then the game slowly dies out. Then the new game shows up, and they move to the new game. Rinse and repeat. Yeah, I have heard legitimate and valid arguments for a world PvP environment. But every single one of those arguments can be solved by having structured world PvP. Now, sorry, I'm misspeaking. Let me try that again. I don't mean structured. I don't mean, like, having Winter Grasp. Yeah, war mode is what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Having clearly defined rules and concepts that function differently when you seek out open world PvP with other people who are also seeking out open world PvP. That tends to work out, by and large, and there's a reason why war mode has been as successful as it is. They even put in a built-in mechanical benefit for doing so, the extra experience boost, just to try and get a few people involved that otherwise wouldn't.
It's time we throw open Hator's gate.
What? Did we already do that?
We're going to use their old defenses against them. Find us at camp and we'll begin the assault.
Oh, that's the meta, isn't it? Yeah, that's the meta. It's like, what? No. What'd they do with it, Uthor? History has proven you right, Mr. Rib. I can name 2 genres where if you don't have a PvE component, just PvP, the game dies. FPSs and RTSs. In both cases, every single time a development company has tried to have a fully PvP-focused game, it has fallen straight on its face. I've even talked about this cycle before because it's very trackable. The most people hop in to play the campaign. Some people try optional modes, some people do skirmishes, and then fewer people do PvP. But the larger the pool of the first pool, that's the PvE, the more people will drift down to the second and then to the third. Now, that's a fascinating one, Mook, because Fortnite is its own thing. And I'm just going to leave that over there in the corner where I'm never going to acknowledge it ever again. I'm barely joking. Fortnite really is kind of its own thing. But League of Legends is fascinating, because you know what happened to League of Legends? You know where that got big? Warcraft 3. This exact same cycle birthed League of Legends. I'm not even being facetious. A lot of people played Warcraft 3. Great campaign. A few people stuck around for skirmish and PvP mode. Dota became big. People branched off, made their own thing. Bam, there's League of Legends. And several other MOBAs. I mean, an entire genre got birthed out of that, for God's sakes. Did that not count? Oh my god, I don't think that counted. Unless that counted and that's just a pittance. Hang on. Let me check the walkthrough. Nope, you just have to do 6 events, apparently. That does not look like 6 events. Did that not count? Yeah, the MOBA essentially killed complete events in the Nyandra surrounds. Oh. Okay. Yep, no, I hate everything. Ooh, okay. Which means I can't do rifts unless they're over here. I have never done a true deep dive on Fortnite to really discuss the specifics of how it got big. I do know that it has a little bit of Angry Bird syndrome. In other words, it wasn't the first, and it didn't actually get the ball rolling. But for whatever reason,
yes,
it was the big success story.
Question, sir, if I may.
Where? Shouldn't there be like a air vent here or something? Jesus Christ. It is entirely possible that Fortnite just got lucky. Sleep, Giga, sleep. Okay, I am not seeing a good path up. I understand you're supposed to have a sky skill at this point, but how are you supposed to get up? Sorry, Ray Girl, that's my term. I doubt it's a term anybody uses. No, I know it's up. That's not the point. Like, there's no zone design to getting up. There's just these stupid routes. Yeah. That's hilarious, Ray Girl. No, sorry. How many of you have heard of Crush the Castle? Because not only have I heard of that, I actually played Crush the Castle. Crush the Castle wasn't even actually the first, but it was one of the first, arguably the genre starter of Angry Birds. Then Angry Birds came along, copy-pasted it almost exactly, slapped different and arguably worse graphics on top of it, and said, hey, and made $1 bajillion in a couple of movies. That is Angry Bird syndrome. There's a reason why we tend to Candy Crush and other things. There's a reason we tend to differentiate between codifiers and innovators. Oh, I agree, Mook. Absolutely. Like I said, I haven't actually done any kind of a dive on Fortnite to know how it got successful, but PUBG was around well before Fortnite was. Fortnite wasn't even what it is now when it came out. Fortnite used to be like a completely different game with completely different mechanics and concepts, and let me mount! Oh. And then Slay the Princess showed up. Thank you for the sub, Cookie Dude. Remember, you can pick 3 things. You don't have to just pick one. If you don't, I'll make people in chat pick. And you don't want that.
Crazy.
Also, if you ever want to be depressed, look up how much money PUBG makes. I guess made at this point. I hope it doesn't make that kind of money anymore. Pray that it doesn't make that kind of money anymore. I can actually tell you exactly what Fortnite's doing. It's a very specific strategy, and it does work because, and I'm going to say this as nicely as I possibly can, people are morons. So Fortnite goes out of its way to have, really? I'm just gonna, okay. To have no identity, no branding, no nothing, other than to be the thing that references everything else. It is a giant ball of nostalgia. They constantly, if you ever pay attention to the marketing teams at Fortnite, they constantly go out of their ways to do every kind of crossover or reference or anything that they possibly can with every one they possibly can to get as many things in Fortnite as they can. It's member berries the game. Now, it's possible the game under that is actually a good game. I don't know. I have not played Fortnite and do not have the right to make such a judgment. But the reason it has managed such a success is because of the member berries thing. Because member berries works, like it or not. And yes, if you're paying attention, Magic the Gathering has been, for the last year or so, trying to do the exact same thing. What are we doing here? Find resources near Cuirass and take them to Vethrex without allowing them to disintegrate. What's a diminishing return? Can you eat it? Could you sell it? Oh my god, this is way up here. I can barely see the ground. Look at this. I'm gonna try to get to those two because I'm in the stratosphere now. Oh, it moved. God, that's actually a good question, but I don't know. Can I not mount? I cannot mount. Okay. Who has the monopoly on diminishing returns?
You follow the wrong shepherd.
There's so many jokes. I don't even know which to pick there. Okay. And there go my supplies. Wow, that was the suck. It's a formal terminology. You can quote me on that. That was the suck. Okay. Yeah, go on. Thank you. I mean, yeah, honestly. Where's this? Oh, this is way over here. This is not helpful, actually. Tisty. I don't know about you, I've never found a clown funny, Mr. Red. Okay, so kind of through here. Trying to dodge stuff. No! No! Failing at dodging stuff. Waiting. Okay. Ah! I waited! Why? One time, when I was quite young, oh gosh, where was that? That would have been when I was 6. My parent took me to Barnum and Bailey's ring circus of whatever. And my God, I hated that. I still remember it. It was loud and confusing and frustrating. I've never liked loud noises to begin with. Like, I don't like going to concerts in general. That was... oof.
Well done! Well done indeed!
Please stop licking my boots. I am not Odin.
Fine work!
Not commonly, but yes, Uthor. Usually memed on. Grab it? No? Okay. Could you stop shooting me, please? Thank you. No! Jeez. Okay, that was actually pretty close. You are entirely too studious, my dear Evo. But that's okay. I'm sure all of the evidence will be visible and present when I finally review your game and give it all the negatives.
Good. The more magic collected, the better.
Yeah, I'm out of water. No hydration for me. There's some. Event failed. Oh, thank God. Sure thing, Ray Girl. 700 negatives for literally everything.
With the extractor, start! It won't be long before the magic replenishes. You have done well.
Have I given this a separate negative? Because I need to.
Death to the betrayers!
I mean, we've already had mounted combat over in Lotro for a pretty long time at this point. In fact, Mr. Ed, do me a favor. When did Rohan come out? No. I don't want to like. When did it come out? Sorry, I just realized how bossy that sounds. Mr. Red, go look it up. God. There we go. Late 2012. October 15th, 2012. So there you go. There's mounted combat. Get with the program, every other MMO.
Death to the betrayers!
If Lotro came out in 1954, that would explain a lot, actually. I'm sorry, Kiga, I'm sorry. I blame the heat. I feel the heat. Why did that not count? I'm doing events in the west part of the map. Why did that not count? I'm starting to get angry. I don't actually read manga, Dimian, so I'm gonna go with no. Hang on, do me a favor. Wait, that's like a champion. Never mind. Let's not do that. I mean, I guess we could try him. Ooh, he's certainly trying me. Alright, let's do it. Let me just get run over as at the start of the battle. That's what we call an auspicious sign. Yeah, shoulder check. Ooh! Thanks. Needed that reminder of mortality. Appreciate you.
I will take the meat from my teeth with your bones.
Actually, that's an interesting point. WoW has it twice. Once in Warlords and once right now with Death Knights. Yeah, I screwed that up.
You get the torment you deserve.
Is it just the three of us here? Because we're doing a pretty good job. No, there's a mech here, too.
Not all stand strong in the face of such pain.
Okay, that counted.
For your tenacity, Nyos is indebted. Thank you.
So, Death Knights have a hero spec in War Within that allows them to just stay mounted in combat. It's a relatively minor thing, but it totally isn't, and it's actually awesome. Oh god, yeah, I could see that over. Yeah, the Four Horsemen spec, I forget what it's called, is just kind of awesome. There's other things to it, it's not just mounted combat, but yeah. I just mentioned that, Pax. See, this is proof that Pax isn't listening to me. Not that I blame him. Riders of the Apocalypse, that's it. Yeah, part of the spec is you get all four of the Four Horsemen in various ways, depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it. They're mowing. Why are they mowing this thing? Are there no events? Is this just my life? Frost is awesome. Why would it need a rework? Uh-oh. That means nerfs. Uthor, I want you to know, I blame you. That's an interesting idea. Okay, I've roamed too far. But I see... Yep. I see it. I'm coming. That is a pretty cool idea. Weirdly enough. I didn't know Blizzard could have cool ideas. Wait, this is modern. Wow, of course they can have cool ideas. Is it that far away? Alright. Wrong button. It is this far away. Alright. Yeah, no, my Frost that I used for the run a few months ago was primarily using a two-hander. Dual wield is fine, but two-hander is just, oh, you just feel it, right? Frost Strike. Wham! Obliterate. Wham! Just in the face. Okay, go away so I can get out of combat, please. Oh, you know what? I can do this. Or not. Okay. Apparently my launch is on cooldown. Would you die?
We want to kill you because we're regular pissant little trash mobs whose only purpose in existence is to keep you in combat for as long as possible. So that, I'm dead now. Goodbye.
-2 days. Alright, oh, sure, now it's back off cooldown. Now that I'm out of combat. Thanks. Yeah, Frost... What's funny is I like Frost and Unholy for two very different reasons. They really are what warriors should be. I talked about that. Frost is what arms should be. And Unholy is what Fury should be. Although, it's worth noting, Unholy's in a really good... Or, sorry, Fury is in a really good place right now. Is anyone doing this? Ah, who cares? Die, 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 die. I love seeing all those invulnerables. That's a good sign. Ah. Okay, so anyways. B3. B3.
Wayfinder, we'll be starting our offensive soon.
Exactly, Dragon. Alright, I lost someone. Hang on, where am I? There we are. Go away! Go away! Why do you exist? You are trash! You are trash with too much health! Go away! Ah! I cannot get out of combat! Oh my god! Okay. See, all these sound like good changes, Uthor. I've been programmed by years of playing MMOs. Hey, there's a patch about this class. Oh no. What have they done to my boy? I guess the Italian mafioso was always southern. My boy. You can tell I'm slowly losing my mind doing this freaking quest! Oh my god! Why does this quest exist? Oh, thank god. Okay, yes. Yes. Done. Yes. Never come back. I'm never doing this again. I'm never gonna do this rift. Well, I guess I can, because it's right here. Oh my god, what's the next step? Let's look it up. Let's look up the walkthrough. Okay, so the next step is the Forced Hand. Quest 5. Quest 1 of 5? Quest 5 of 5. I don't want to think about that. Okay, so first we talk to someone, then we kill some people, we talk to someone, kill people, talk about... Okay. So no events, that's good. That's good. Okay, what's the quest after that? Okay, looking fine, There's a boss! Oh my... actual quests. Okay. Let's look at the quest after that. Do events. Then, let's see. So I'm just glancing at the objectives. Okay, okay. There is one more do events step in Secrets. One. Giga, I want you to sit... Oh. Thank you, Giga. You knew exactly what I needed before I even knew. Giga has killed me at last. Suffering can end. Unfortunately, I had a 1-up on me. I'm gonna kind of get in position over here. And just, like, go crawl into a hole and die. As much as I'd love to push, the fact that there's at least one more event step, plus what looks like some actual quests, yeah, I'll wait. So we'll chop off here. Tomorrow, we'll probably do some events.